Ladies and gents, to the E-League Major Finals. This is the Boostcaster desk. I'm DDK. I'm joined by James Bardolph, or God Squad Bardolph. I'm not sure if that's what you're going by now, but I am so excited.
I am really looking forward to this final. Cloud9, you have to say, are definitely an underdog, but I have them as a favorite. They've been so strong in the recent matches. I think they're going to really bring it. We know they're not a 5-man team. They're a 6-man team. I think Valens has got junk in the trunk. We saw some nice strats from them on Mirage before. So things like throwing smokes towards A, but with a double stack, so it lands faster, so it's less telegraphed, there's less time to react. They're paying attention to the small detail, and I think that will make a difference in this match.
I agree completely. That was always something missing prior. This is a completely new Cloud9. Boston, it's time!
Cloud9 will be starting on the T side. You heard what Sean said about noise. Make some noise in this bitch!
All right, Cloud9, a small amount of utility to work off of, so keeping things slow for the time being. We see Faze trying to send the feelers out, trying to get that information. But there's nothing for them so far. They don't want to overextend. Cloud9 waiting it out. So many options available to them.
Automatic and rush. Again, when you see two Ts towards A at the beginning of a round, it's very telling. It's almost always A in that situation. Cloud9 waiting for an overextension. A very slow pistol round so far. Hopefully this doesn't mean that Cloud9 are going to pay too much respect to Faze as this series continues. Cloud9, a team, have been so strong on Mirage so far. 1 minute on the clock, and now Rush and Automatic are moving away from the A bomb site. Stewie's been holding an angle towards B this entire time. Cloud9 are going to walk to catch up with him, not to give anything away. They still have all the grenades. They could go for the short pillar smokes, for example. They've got 2 smokes. They've got a Molotov as well, which is probably for the van. So let's see. They're very close, so very likely to be the wall of smoke at the front. Bouncing off the invisible ceiling, and here comes the push.
This is going to be big. Cloud9 diving through the window there, out the balcony. That's the first obstacle overcome. Karrigan is down, and Cloud9 firmly plant the flag on the B bomb site, but olofmeister, he's waiting to be unlocked. He's waiting to be activated. Rain must survive in this position. He's the only one from the marketplace. They have to be able to split with him. The team play has to come in for them to break this. That's a good start there from olofmeister. Now Rain can come out from the market, but he's shut down by Tarek. Automatic's in there. But be careful with these peaks though. And that's it. Faze, only one man stands, and not for too much longer. Cloud9 win the pistol round on Mirage.
What a way to kick off the grand finals. Wall of smoke on the pistol round after a very patient play. A focused Cloud9 here.
That is very bold, just sweating out Faze for so long. I almost wondered if they were just paralyzing their seats, so I'm not sure what's going on, but as you can see, it's all the small details, and that's something we'll be continuing to look at, as James mentioned. But now it's time for Faze to try to fight back here. We don't have a full force fight, both Guardian and olofmeister leaving money in the tank, and that's going to be for the AWPs, double AWPs very quickly as soon as they can.
Olof actually just bought late. I think he forgot to buy Kevlar, so I think he went back and bought some late. So it will be just Guardian saving for the sniper rifle. So now let's see what the anti-force buy is like for Cloud9. They'll take early possession of the upper area of mid, and Stewie's keeping an eye on the bottom. So they'll make sure there's no crazy pushes from Faze Clan. But now they need to figure out where the Faze Clan are. How many are towards A? How many towards B? Look at the information that olofmeister's got. He doesn't necessarily need to push beyond this position for the time being, but his teammates might poke and prod a little bit, see what's going on. We see Rain and Nico playing close to the ramp, and Rush is keeping an eye on things towards A.
Karrigan has a pretty good position here in the window, or the ladder room, sorry. Automatic is going to go for the challenge, although Karrigan has since repositioned. So Automatic gaining ground here, but if he doesn't anticipate Karrigan's position, there could be problems here. But the peak, the timing for Karrigan, not ideal. He won't go down just yet, but the information's there. The grenade's out, and Stewie takes down Guardian in the meantime. Right now, Cloud9 have all the information for the site push.
Nico and Rain have pushed A, and olofmeister's flanking from the same position, but now he's going to rotate back towards mid because obviously that's a waste of time. We've got Karrigan in A. If he goes down, then the bomb can be planted. It's still exposed though. Nico playing to win the round rather than stop the plant, but that's not going to work out. And there it is from Stewie. That one was for the crowd. Rain and olofmeister remain. Not much to be done. Maybe they can steal a weapon away, or maybe not. Cloud9 looking sharp at the moment.
Yeah, this is so crucial. These rounds can very, very often result in 2, 3, sometimes even 4 deaths on the T side. And of course, really has a massive impact on your economy. But this really shows again how detail-oriented Cloud9 are. They've taken every step, every measure, very disciplined approach in a round where sometimes you might see overextensions, but they are looking for a clean round here, and they're very likely to get it unless Olofmeister's able to find Rush, who is quite low around the corner. Looks like Olaf will hold on to the Deagle and the Kevlar for the next round, but his teammates will be bare.
USP round from FaZe Clan. This is a time for Cloud9 to make some money. Very few rounds so far, but it looks very, very promising indeed for Cloud9. Very, very focused. And I can't wait to see what comes on the buy rounds. They know Guardian's going to be on the AWP, and I think Guardian is going to be a massive problem for Cloud9. I think he's the man who wins this map for FaZe if they are to win it. So I'm very curious to see what Cloud9 will have in mind. You see Olof's teammate there deliberately blocking the smoke to try and give them a gap in the smoke. But it won't quite work out for them. 3 people spamming through the window. Now it's anti-eco time for Cloud9. Once again, they will slowly take the mid area. They give FaZe Clan time to run up mid while they have the positions further back towards the entrance to B. Doesn't happen, so again, Cloud9 very meticulous at the moment. Got to minimize your mistakes in the grand finals of a major.
Yeah, this is really a great start for them. It's very encouraging to see this out of Cloud9. And again, the last 8 times they've faced each other in big tournaments, Cloud9 has not won a single time, but this is a new Cloud9. Oh, that's a great shot there from Olofmeister to kick things off for FaZe. But again, FaZe are sorely lacking Kevlar and weaponry, and Cloud9 know it. They will start to make the move now. It's a 4v4 into that A-bomb site. FaZe will be able to potentially get some engagements, but they just have USPs.
Great timing for Cloud9 as they take the site. 45 seconds remain. They don't have pressure to plant the bomb. They can have room for error correction and so on. FaZe trying to do what they can over the smoke, but again, this is the pistol rounds, and the big rounds are yet to come. Olofmeister, can he get anything out of this round? Yes. 2 versus 3. Guardian down 4 HP. Guardian gone. Olofmeister may be rotating, perhaps to save his Kevlar, perhaps to pick up a fallen weapon, perhaps just try and get a better situation. Automatic, no fear from the man. But it's time for the buy round for both teams.
Very important damage done by Olofmeister there. It's, of course, right after a round where Cloud9 were able to survive with 5 players. So, with this all powered onto Guardian, it all could change, but Skadoodle been having a hell of a tournament, has the AWP out as well. Cloud9 so far have been very impressive with their use of utility around the map to clear space, to make plays safe. And they'll be looking here to continue in that fashion up against this firepower from FaZe.
Guardian had a good spawn to make it to the window, and here he is. I'm not sure what that face was for, but doesn't get anything top mid just yet. Cloud9 will offer the grenades, and now FaZe are forced away from mid already. They don't know what's going on then. Right now there isn't much, so Cloud9 may be able to afford extra men elsewhere. Guardian rotating towards CT in case of a fast play. 3 towards A so far for Cloud9, and they will trade very early. So 4 on 4, 1 minute 20 on the clock, and not that much information for FaZe. They know 2 people were towards the A site, so that might be an A read for them, but there's no rotation just yet.
Yeah, they're taking basic precautions. One of the issues is that they've burned all of their utility. There's a single flash on Guardian, and that's he's playing ticket boost. We could potentially flash for Nico for a peek there, and that's going to be the case. There's the flash. The peek is going to reveal nothing here for FaZe. So now with this much time on the clock, they have to start and question what is the best setup, because they have no idea what Cloud9 are up to.
And now that's info for Cloud9. They know there was a pop flash. They know there are 2 towards A. Very likely Guardian is in CT. 1 smoke for Cloud9 onto Skadoodle, so they may try to clear that position, but Cloud9 not afraid to play the clock at the moment, and FaZe have to start to wonder. They've got such little info. Olofmeister wishes that window was broken. He could make it to the bricks, but he can't see anything. Such a late boost coming in, but finally he's got the information. Olofmeister, 1 player taken down, 20 seconds now, and they still haven't pushed the A site.
This is going to be very, very tight. They cannot afford a single mistake here. If a single shot goes awry, that's a problem. Good trade out from Skadoodle, but it might be too little, too late. That's a good no-scope there from Skadoodle, but he still needs to get the bomb down! Oh my god, he might be able to do it! Skadoodle is fast, but it's not fast enough! Carrigan in with the save, but the damage was extreme. Down to the last man, FaZe.
It's a great start from FaZe in the buy round. An expensive one but an important round for them. And even though FaZe had that pop flash earlier on and they didn't see anybody in the ramp, you see Skadoodle had to run through a smoke. That smoke was thrown by the CTs earlier on, so they were able to hold on to that smoke and really ruin the timing. But what a play from Skadoodle, a man who sometimes comes under criticism. That's a great way for him to start win or lose.
That is some very exciting stuff. If he keeps that performance up, this is going to be one hell of a game. That is for certain. Now the economy for both teams is incredibly stretched. As such, this becomes a very, very important round. So we're going to see aggression out of FaZe diving down into the underpass. Cloud9 smoked off. They can't really see too much. Olaf, though, able to outplay Stewie in that underpass. This is huge. They have to hold on to these 4 positions. He's going to push into the B apartments to stay safe. Cloud9's response, very fast push to B.
Yes, but the bomb is alone. Regardless of what happens here, you've got Olafmeister and Nico in the apartments, and the bomb is at the back. So if they stay in this position, they've got to find the kills. Cloud9, Olafmeister has to die, and he does. That's the path open for the bomb. But Guardian is on the site. We've seen him do ridiculous things on overpass. Have they detected him? He scopes in, he can't unscope now because that would be too many sound cues. Rush moving in, he's going to have a nasty surprise. There's Guardian on the site, his teammates here as well. Rain, he can make it through the door. The smoke is down, 1 minute on the clock. 2 on 2, all on the B bomb site. AWP on both sides. Who's going to find the angle first though?
Trying to use the time to their advantage. Ooh, the angle, so close! Skadoodle lands the shot, there's just one more left. And again, time is with Rain right now. The T's must go for the plant. He knows that will create a 1v1 situation. He goes for the peak. Skadoodle's ready for everything. What a start to the match from the American sniper.
Skadoodle again, and this time it's enough. He really wants that interview with Sue at the end. He wants the W for his team. Is this the run, Skadoodle? You tell us. 4-1, FaZe Clan get reset very early on. Look at him, seek and destroy. He's a predator. Nasty stuff from him. That's such a fast flick as well.
Wow.
He basically had his crosshair almost perfect. There's minimal correction afterwards. Really nice stuff. Pistols for FaZe Clan. We've seen good timing on these anti-ecos, anti-force buys from Cloud9 already, and it should continue here.
Automatic kicks things off well towards middle. That's a good start, and Tarek will go down in the Palace, but Nico is known in this position, and it's highly susceptible to grenade work from Cloud9. Although Nico did pick up a Molotov, that will slow down the refrag attempt from Rush, so things do get a little bit strange here, but still, middle control is there. Stewie's going to be able to capitalize as Automatic presses the issue through connector. A lot of information discovered here, but Automatic, good continuation spray. Guardian falls for that one, and Stewie goes down towards Market. There might be a chance for FaZe after all.
Yeah, it's just getting a bit weird for Cloud9 now. Weapons are on the floor. Nico's picked up an AK and he's got Kevlar. That in itself is a problem. Automatic with all of 4 HP, trying to play the smartest game he can, and there it is. That significantly weakens things. Nico, will he be entertained in the middle area, or will he make his way towards B? The bomb's only making it in now. Cloud9 really needs to get that down before Nico makes his way in. He knows someone's probably holding the window. He's shoulder peeking. He baits the shot and gets past the angle, but he's going back. He wants them to re-aggress, but Skadoodle is on fire. 8-1 at the moment.
It's great to see from Nico as well to have the confidence to say, you know what, Skadoodle will retake this angle. I'm going to 1v1 him. I know that I have to get the kill on him straight away. The apartments player is usually one of the biggest problems in those spots, so it's pretty smart stuff and a great show of confidence from the man Nico. Right now, FaZe, they can't seem to get going against Cloud9. We're seeing remarkable plays back-to-back from the North American side. Once again, they play against pistols. And that's a good start. Skadoodle opens it up well, gets the information, and he's not going to miss a single shot. 3 men left in this round for FaZe.
For those of you on GoTV, Skadoodle. There's only one man to watch right now. Cloud9 eliminate them one by one. This is a nothing round for FaZe Clan. But Nico manages to get a kill out, and maybe there's a chance for an AWP to be collected, or maybe not. Cloud9 are everywhere at the moment. 6-1, and FaZe Clan are heading towards their next buy. Guardian's going to be on the AWP. They'll have a reasonable amount of grenades, but we might see some more aggression from FaZe Clan, but they can't afford too many errors in this situation, otherwise Mirage may melt in front of their eyes.
And this is an amazing position for a team like Cloud9 to be in, because this early round scenario, it's very clear how the money of your opponents is. And that allows you to make better decisions, as it's easier to read the CT setups. Now, Faze have already tried aggression in middle once, didn't work out for them. More passive round, and would you look at this, Dewey opting for a Mach 10 for the fast plays, the speed. Rush picks up the frag there, in towards A. Absolute madness here on the A site, and just like that, it's gone.
The numbers game working very well for Cloud9. They are everywhere. Surprising these players with these executes. olof trying to do what he can. 2 versus 4. At what point do they run and save? Maybe it's now. Karrigan, though, he's still in CT. He really wants to kill. Looking for a player on the barrels. Automatic gets taken down. What is the rest of this hold for Cloud9 going to look like? Stewie's on 5 HP. He's got to be careful. That Molotov's probably going to kill him. Making his way for... Oh, no, Skadoodle there. He's in the red as well. But Skadoodle's still alive. Is the trade there for Cloud9? Yes, it is. Rush shuts it down. Picks up the AWP as well. 7-1 Cloud9.
When do you see this level out of Skadoodle? He just doesn't seem to miss a single shot. It is very incredible right now. I can't believe my eyes when I'm watching this guy. It's such a transformation considering his performances in previous months. Lifted by the stage, lifted by the crowd. Cloud9 are off to a phenomenal start.
Hashtag Vuvuzela. I respect that. We have a tactical timeout at the moment, which has just expired, so we will soon be back into the game. FaZe Clan, $2,000 to $3,000. Nothing but pistols once again for this team. This is the pick of Cloud9. Overpass is to come. FaZe Clan, 1-7, not the start they wanted. In a weird way, I think this crowd will actually give them energy as well, but not when they're getting wrecked.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely been a hard time, and just Cloud9 individually, they've been so stunning, and it's so hard to deal with. The aggression and also decisiveness from them has been a big difference. And here it is, a quick push there from Stewie. Easy frag into the B-bomb site. There's no fear right now from Cloud9.
Guardian smells a rat. Sorry, Automatic smells a rat, and the rat is Guardian on this occasion. Trapped in a corner and exterminated. And Cloud9 are making a lot of money at the moment. We get into that situation, that kind of Vega Squadron scenario where you can't win one round now, FaZe Clan. You've got to win 3 in a row. Otherwise, we're looking at something like an 11-1 score very quickly indeed. You start to wonder if these players are feeling the pressure. They know they are some of the best players in the world, and they will fully expect to win this in dominant fashion. Now we see the double snipers. It's Karrigan with the second one.
Might be spawn-based potentially. We'll have to see how this plays out. He's going to short, I believe, or the B apartments. Looks like B apartments for Karrigan. But it will be a quick play into the A site here. Cloud9 setting up a very, very fast play with nades, running straight through there. No qualms about it, no messing around. And Guardian gets the first defensive shot, but they are smoked off. They must play retake now.
And CT's been left open. Rain and Nico getting the kills. This is a problem for Cloud9. 2 versus 5. They haven't got a single kill yet. The flashbang comes in high, but Rain takes the shot before the flash goes off. Automatic now, 1 versus 5. 2 fast flashes. Guardian through the smoke. Will not wait any longer. FaZe Clan are on the board, surviving with 3 players, but we know Cloud9 are falling over their own cash at the moment.
And just as you mentioned before, this is such a pivotal moment. FaZe must string rounds together, because they will quickly run out of money otherwise, and we'll see a very, very dominant scoreline from Cloud9. It may be too much to overcome in this map. Very nice shot there from Guardian. He's been in incredible form this tournament.
Tactical timeout once again. This time for Cloud9. Okay, FaZe have had some short success. And we noticed as well, there was an interview with Cloud9 where they spoke about making fast plays and not allowing their opponent to really react to what they're doing. And we've seen that so far. But we've also seen their A executes with the double stack with Tarek throwing those fast smokes towards A, so those are still to come. They say they have a deep strat book, and maybe we'll see it in this grand final.
This really is a great map for Cloud9 to start off on, especially on the T side as well. It's always been a good one in their books. Let's see if they'll have a different approach here. We have a default at the moment, which means they're spreading across the map, taking a lot of map control, gathering as much information as they can, and creating as much map presence as they can.
You can see that the CTs, they started with 3 in the B bomb site, and they broke the window early, which means olof can sit on the bricks inside CPL, which means he can see people if they make their way into connector from mid later on. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Still around here from Cloud9 as a quick flash goes in to try to force Karrigan off the angle. But not only that, it's about creating threats again. Right now, the idea for Faze is they really want to know as much as possible to understand, okay, where is Cloud9 going to go on the map at the moment? But they have opted not to go for any forward plays, and they're playing a little bit in the dark, so they'll have to rely on their defensive setups and clutch plays on the side. Karrigan, he's in a very important spot there. Should he be pushed, he needs to hit that first shot. That's his job at the moment. There's going to be grenades to try to deal with this, to try to throw Karrigan off. Can he hit the first shot? Very good grenades here from Cloud9 to deny Karrigan.
Wall of smoke once again, and they are isolated. FaZe clan of Karrigan alone. Are they offering a double fake now? Stewie, in the meantime, has made his way through the underpass, and automatics come out on the window, so they're going to try and pull him away from B, but FaZe clan non-believers, they've still got around 3 people there, but the smokes are still high on the short position, so Karrigan's alone again, but finally they dissipate, and Olaf Meiss is there, and Nico now delivering a kill in the middle position, so they're running out of players, Cloud9, but so are the CTs. There are 8 seconds, the bomb has to go down, but it's on the floor. There's no way Cloud9 can win this round. They're surrounded, it's too late, they're going to lose by timeout. Can they stay alive? No! Olaf Meister from the short position. And you wonder if Cloud9 made it too complicated there.
And also credit to FaZe clan. FaZe clan decided that they would play very passively. They would test Cloud9 in this position where they don't try to take early map control against the T side. They don't try to pressure mid. They just sit on their defensive setups and they say, hey, you guys have to come to us. We're not going to give you any peaks. And Cloud9 are forced to run an execution of a set piece. They went for it and they didn't have enough time. So this is now Cloud9 having to readjust their pace into this round to better accommodate the more passive approach from FaZe.
It makes me wonder what they have in store for Overpass. A CT smoke on the short position, a boost up Olaf Meister. Has he seen automatic? He wants to make his way into the ladder position, but Tarek may run distraction as well. Nice spray there from Rain through the smoke, and seems FaZe clan have adjusted to the plays from Cloud9, so Cloud9 may have to mix it up. 5 versus 3 now, and FaZe are firmly on the comeback trail.
Nico able to stay alive with the smoke there. 2 players stuck in this position. Tarek goes straight in there, though. One more player to find. Connector, that's the job to do, but Tarek can't do it. Olaf Meister dancing the dance against Skadoodle, a dangerous one at that, and it's one that FaZe will win. They're back in this one now. They've been able to string some rounds together. 4 on the board. It's still not looking amazing, but still quite a few rounds left in the half. They could still get that 7-8 finish.
Definitely. Cloud9's money has started to run out. They're about 3,500 now on each player, and that's not good enough for a buy. Guardian delivering once again, so Cloud9 going for another play towards A, but not quite working out. I think there has been a clear adjustment from FaZe, a realization of what Cloud9 was trying to do, and not really giving them what they wanted. So now FaZe can get that 5th round on the board. Pistols and the scout onto Tarek is pretty much what they have to offer. He's making his way to the chair position, and Guardian's doing what he always does in the meantime.
Ooh! Well, that is a shot and a half from Guardian. Very nice. Tarek, though, able to show some shenanigans with that scout as well in the middle position. Stewie looking for an opportunity here. Finds the timing. Shut down by Karrigan. Each approach taken by Cloud9 in this round, not really finding too much success, but again, you can't really blame them. Haven't had too much to work with. Skadoodle trying to get some extra damage in, but that's not going to be the case. Guardian shuts it down. 5 rounds on the board for FaZe as they bring themselves back into this half.
Cloud9 are back on the buy once again. Skadoodle on the sniper rifle. Good grenades as well, so if they've got more executes in mind, they're well prepared for it. But they may want to try and take out a player or 2 first. And FaZe clan have changes of their own. Olaf Meiss making his way to that short smoke. And they haven't been too aggressive, FaZe, in the middle position so far. We haven't seen this kind of play from them, so this could take Cloud9 off guard. But there's 3 of them there. How does Olaf Meiss get more than 1? I think he's got to get 2 kills in this situation. Trying to figure out where they are. There's Tarek. Now the re-aggression comes in from Skadoodle. He gets 2 for 1. That's exactly what he needed.
And this is pretty big for FaZe. They can now play very passively if they choose to do so. They have the man advantage. Cloud9 are forced in this position to try to make plays, and that's exactly what Rush is up to. Able to find a good timing onto Guardian. That's a massive kill. And now FaZe, again, they have some decisions to make. They could just hold some decent positions, some safe positions, and wait for Cloud9 to plant the bomb. Now, there's a safe way to play this. NiKo gathering information as he can towards connector, and Cloud9 using the clock to their advantage.
Stewie around the B apartments. And while there's 40 seconds left for Cloud9, their positions are not amazing. It looks like it's going to be the B split. And this is maybe one of the best decisions with Guardian down. Of course, almost everybody on Faze can make plays with the AWP, especially with a smoke on connector. What do Faze make of these grenades? Either way, it's karrigan alone towards the B bomb site. He's got 20 seconds. He just needs to delay for as long as possible. What can he do? Not much on this occasion. Bomb's got to go down fast.
Still big opportunity here for Faze as they come in from market and apartments. NiKo and Rain, two of the most godlike players you could ask for in this position. The bomb only freshly planted. There's time for this. They have kits. And a single flash on Rain. He could give his position away by throwing it from apartments, but that will allow NiKo out. NiKo's activated, but now he's the only chance for Faze. He delivers one, but still 2 to go. And they are playing the angles. This will be so difficult. There's nothing NiKo can do in that position. Shut down by Cloud9 in their remainder, as one more round is picked up by them.
We'll see if that's true as it continues. Can they rev the engine once more? 4-round lead to Cloud9, and we move into the last round of the first half. Faze have the money to buy, and that was a great recovery from Cloud9. Again, Olofmeister in mid had to get 2 kills, gets 2 kills, but Cloud9 able to make the 3-on-3 and then convert afterwards. Rush. Once his teammate went down, he actually fired some shots just to bait. He conceded his position, but they don't know where the trade fragger is, so it worked out well for Cloud9. 4 people towards the A site with the bomb. Tarek in the middle position. Guardian spamming. Might be another fast one from Cloud9.
Yeah, they're definitely liking it. Another change of pace from them. Faze, they don't have the info just yet, but they do have NiKo in a very good position. NiKo might get cut off from his teammates due to the smokes of Cloud9 as they attack the site. It's a great pick-off from Tarek as well, but still, there are chances here for Faze. Guardian's watching the cross to short. That's information they know. They say, oh, NiKo goes down straight away. That was maybe the only chance, but Guardian comes back in. Oh, Guardian, he gets 2. There's still more to go, though. Cloud9 must plant the bomb. The peaks come in, but Guardian will not stop. 1 more to go, and Guardian gets them all.
What the hell was that last shot from Guardian? I told you, he is the problem Cloud9 have to deal with. You don't have smokes, Guardian's alive. You've got serious issues, man. Serious issues. Guardian is the problem for Cloud9 on Mirage. 6-9 will be the score in favor of Cloud9. Nasty stuff from Guardian. Repositioning while the cooldown of the scope is there. So smart, so fast, so dangerous. What is that?
He isn't in the Matrix, James. He is the Matrix right now. It's unbelievable watching him play. I mean, he's been doing stuff like this all tournament long. The consistency into the grand final stage has been remarkable. And it's also very exciting considering what we've already seen from Skadul as well. His counterpart in this grand finals. So here it is, the second pistol round. Cloud9 won the first, of course. Faze will be looking to do the same, of course. But they're going for the A side, unlike Cloud9, who fancy themselves on B. Can they get the openings? Well, there's one.
Stewie not landing the mark. He needed to get some kills there. So many opportunities. And Cloud9 have been eliminated on the A side. Rotation is here, but someone's looking for it. His name is karrigan. He's got a P250 for the extra range. Don't think he's sort of player in connector. Rain gets taken down. 3 versus 2. And karrigan needs to get to work. Although I think he's waiting to play the bomb while his teammates are still containing the situation. There isn't a kit on his last 2 players. Maybe there's one on A. Oh, there's one in CPL, and Automatics picked it up. Can he get the bomb defused, though? 2 more T's to find. NiKo on the plant pot. karrigan simply waiting for the beep beep of the bomb. Slowly emerging now. Is he going to... Oh, Operation Human Shield not going to work out. And Faze take the pistol. 9-9 looking very likely.
Great comeback here from Faze, able to really create what could now be a completely open game. They've evened things up from the idea of splitting pistols at the very least, and they can start with a good economy. However, the question is, can they do what Cloud9 did and win back-to-back rounds with extreme aggression and efficiency? We saw great use of utility from Cloud9 on their T side, and from Faze we'll be looking to see the same. Olofmeister Ooh, actually getting a nasty attack there from one of the scouts. Have to be very careful facing mid against these scouts, especially with the missed smoke. 2
tags. Guardian's being tagged now as well, and that is not a way to start. 1 minute 35 on the clock, and Faze are already in serious trouble. There are no grenades, no flashes, no smokes for Cloud9, but they're all still alive. They can reset the positions of those 2 scouts and cause yet more problems for Faze. You have to say Mirage is a must-win for Cloud9. They would love to win this force fight.
This is quite tense here for Faze. It's still a 5v5. Lots of dangerous guns lurking around. INSCREVA has the angle. 3 tags from the scouts. Everybody is nice and softened up to be knocked down by those CZs that are lying await on the respective bomb sites. Tag with the other scout as well. This could go very wrong for Faze. Can they somehow get onto a site and evade these pistols and plant that bomb? That's what they really need to do here. Get the site, get the post plant. But I'm not sure this is going to happen for them, James.
I like this off angle from Tariq. Tariq is a dentist on the B bomb site, and he's looking to pull teeth, but he's using crude instruments to do it. There's another tag. Surely there's no way Faze can do this. They've got to be running to their doom. These scouts are going nuclear. Tariq has done so much damage, and Guardian's got to run away, but he can't. They don't get a single kill in that anti-force fight.
That is incredible, and I think, wasn't it a missed smoke in the middle window that allowed for the first couple tags? And then it just compounded, just kept getting worse. They try to go for that full B apartments rush, and sometimes you see that sort of out of desperation, out of fear from, I mean, sure, you're not going to take any hits, but as soon as you try to explode out the apartments, that is so difficult to do without perfect grenades. And now Faze have to look towards the future here. They force buy back, looking to put the aggression on. Carrigan playing around the smoke here in middle, looking for a fast play to connector, and he finds a good timing. There's the frag, but there's the refrag. Automatic doing his job, keeping it cool in middle, and that's been reclaimed now by Cloud9, as there are only 2 pistols left for Faze.
Guardian has not force bought with his team. Doesn't always, but they know how crucial that AWP is on the buy round for Faze Clan. He needs that as soon as possible. They'll approach it safety first. Now, Guardian is the last man standing, and all places to plant the bomb are covered. There's even a flank in B apartment, so Cloud9 are pretty comfortable for the time being. See if he can get a deagle shot off. Almost, but not quite. No plant for Faze Clan. Cloud9 building up a really nice score on Mirage.
It does start to get scary because with a buffer of some rounds to work with, that does decrease overall risk to then allow you to think, well, actually, we can take plays which are a bit risky. We can take some hits. We've got the economy to back us up. And when Cloud9 get the freedom to be dangerous like that, I mean, it was mentioned on the desk, they have an incredibly explosive team, a lot of firepower. So if they have that freedom to roam the map on Mirage, it is a very tough thing to deal with for Faze. Scar is up close here with the MP9. He could be in for quite the money-making mission. He's going to just grind them all down with the MP9. Money in the bank for Skadoodle.
Skadonglers making that cash, baby. $9,300. He's flossing that. And there's Tariq. Skadoodle, such an awesome guy. Very shy, but really cool. Used to beatbox for nothing but nothing rats on the Cloud9 team. There's Tariq egging on the crowd. So here it is. The buy round is here for Faze Clan. Guardian has the AWP. They're all very dangerous, but I'm looking towards their sniper to do the big damage. Faze Clan not shy to do a fast execute, just as Cloud9 have been doing. How will it work out for them, though? Cloud9 starting with 3 people around the middle area, but they're quickly rotating towards A.
They will take the site fast. Oh, quick play through the smoke there. That's not going to go too well for Automatic. Rush getting eliminated by CT as well. A 3v5 retake. Sure, there are grenades for Cloud9, but the numbers, that's something you really need. And in this position, the flank is so incredibly important to do the damage. That is the play that can start to split the attention of the defenders on the site, and that could get the other players for Cloud9 going. As, Stewie goes down in the back, and that might be the chances now. They're going to have to go for the save. You can see that it all rested on the action in Palace from Stewie. And now Skadoodle, bit of a shooting range as he tries to escape. He will be hunted. by the ravenous Faze players.
That was clearly a nasty surprise for Automatic, but let's see if Skadoodle can hold on to this AWP. Olofmeister is charging through B apps at the moment, and Skadoodle will be exposed from the back. Turns the corner. Presence of mind from Skadoodle, so he will hold on to that at the very least. But you saw Automatic running through the smoke. I think he probably expected there to be the normal smoke which covers the site, but no, they were left exposed, so he goes in and gets annihilated. They'll have to pay Faze Clan more respect. Seems Faze have some surprises in store as well. Now Cloud9, they've picked up the second sniper rifle. Often in this situation, you'll see Tariq go into B apartments, and once he has an angle through towards the stairs into the underpass, he will stay there alone, but he's towards A, and Skadoodle's towards B, so I do wonder if it'll be a change. This may be spawn dependent, as you can see, from Tariq's position in the Palace.
First kill there towards the underpass position, but Tariq gets the kill. There's no one to refrag for Tariq, or against Tariq, that is, as the smoke will cover his retreat on the slope position. So the teams go 1-1. Cloud9 actually really, I would say, in a good position when it happens like this. They're a bit vulnerable with these big A takes that we saw previously because they don't like to sit and wait to go and play full retake, like let's say an SK does. They want to fight, and they definitely have a fight on their hands very soon. And Tariq, oh, he misses the shot. Big for Faze.
Rush is completely exposed in the triple position, and Cloud9 are getting wiped out. Once again, Skadoodle's going to try and do anything he can. Maybe picking off some of these players just to make it easier for him to save, but the bomb hasn't gone down just yet. So if he gets another kill here, I think Carragher's got to be careful with his peaks. 12-9. Looks likely at this point. Automatic got taken out early in that round. He made a play in the underpass, which I think was part of the aggression for the sniper in B apartments as well, but didn't quite work out for Cloud9.
It's so important for them to kill Skadoodle right now, because if he can carry the AWP into the next round, I mean, we've seen his form so far in this game. It can absolutely change the round if he's in the right place at the right time, but they'll slowly creep in. They want to guarantee the trade. Rain finds an unknown angle, a blind spot, and he'll take full advantage.
4K from Rain in that round. And now that the sides have changed, I think Rain is definitely one to watch in the Go TV as well. Skadoodle 20 for 10 at the moment, but it's Automatic lighting up the scoreboard of 22 kills. Tactical timeout from Cloud9. 3-round lead at the moment. Very likely to have to concede this round, so they may... I do wonder if they'll try and keep up the aggressive pace on the CT side. The last few buy rounds, they've lost a player early, very, very quickly indeed, and that's not really ideal when you're on the counter-terror side and your money is lacking, so we shall see. But for now, there'll be a few pistols, a few grenades, just the one smoke, it seems. But Tariq has bought a Tase.
That is awesome. It's the first time I actually used it in the show match earlier. It's pretty good, James. $200. Can get a kill with it. Fantastic. But I was surprised, actually, about the fervor from Cloud9 when they were faced with the A set piece from Faze Clan, and they decided, Automatic was the first man through the smoke. Instead of just waiting it out, they had full grenades on everyone, basically, very early in the rounds. And it's usually pretty favorable for the CTs to go full retake. So I wonder if that will be an adjustment we'll see from Cloud9. They don't have too many rounds in advantage to play with at this point. And Faze, we can imagine them taking this a bit more cautiously. Some of these rounds against Eagles and CZs have not gone so well for them. Guardian, he's going to be careful.
This is basically what I do every match, but with a knife.
Pretty much, yeah.
He'll choose the taser. I tried a taser once, didn't work for me. You've probably seen that on the Reddit as well. 1 minute 20 for Faze Clan. Fortunately for them, there aren't many smoke grenades here for Cloud9, just the one. We've seen it be quite a pain on rounds such as this. Rain having a look, but he's not going to go crazy in the A site. Doesn't know if there's a stack there, but that's a nice opening kill. Every round can be dangerous, especially when the likes of Rush has a CZ.
Very nice bait there from Rain, or rather from his teammate in Palace, for Rain to get a kill. And this is beautiful. Great round from Faze, just very slowly, as you said, James, just clearing angles, just one at a time, playing the information, keeping these Eagles at arm's length. And Stewie... Ooh, there you go. That's a nice crack. Looks for the follow-up, but he can't find it. Faze now 10 rounds on the board, and they're 2 away from Cloud9 that have looked... I mean, Cloud9 have looked very dominant in some of these, at least in the first half. So it's really cool to see that Faze have been holding on. They're showing a great deal of resilience here, and they're not losing confidence.
It was that last eagle shot was pretty cool from Stewie. He didn't get the kill, but he was so patient to wait for the cooldown to take the shot. It just shows how focused he is, which is great because you do wonder if Cloud9 are starting to feel the pressure now. Back on the double snipers again for the CT side. Skadoodle almost getting teased there with a potential shot. He'll be focusing on mid on his own for the time being, but Automatic will be coming in from the short B position. You see Stewie. He will hear that grenades being deployed very close. He's expecting a play to come through. Some spray from both sides. This could be a position of variance. Here's the reload. Tries to punish the reload, but doesn't work out. Rain gets the bullets in just in time.
And this is kind of scary right now. Tarek will get a frag there onto Guardian. And that is going to be fantastic, of course, for Cloud9. But the problem is they have no grenades, actually. And the saving grace for Cloud9 in this position with no utility is the fact that they have AWPs. That can kind of make up for it.
They've abandoned the B bomb site, Cloud9. They are gambling on it being an A play. Automatic keeping an eye on short. Guardian was taken out towards the apartments earlier, and it might be that Cloud9 read that when Guardian's in the apps, it's probably going to be an A play. So they seem confident on that. They've got 3 people just waiting there, and Automatic, he will be able to flank these players later on. But how long will they just hold Cloud9? How much are they believers in their analyst?
Karen pushing through, understands this distraction at play. He can get a free push through the smoke. Skadoodle's done. Rush is done. Only Automatic left alive for Cloud9 to try and survive with this M4. And he knows that if he holds an off, he can potentially get a kill and then fall back and be safer. But Olofmeister figures it out very quickly.
Now, this is a problem for Cloud9. They knew what Faze were going to do, and Faze did it anyway. There's only one round between these two teams, so it's now... I don't even know if you can say they need to adjust because they knew what was going to happen, but they still couldn't stop it. So that does not bode well. It's 11-12. Cloud9 are on an eco. Can they stop Faze from taking the lead? That's the question. I mean, they're going to have a goodbye on the next round, so do they have to go for an aggressive play? Do they have to pick somebody off early? If they can read Faze and still not stop them, then maybe they have to do one better.
Well, everyone's just got wiped out, James. Pretty much as you finish the sentence. Very big challenge in middle there. A challenge that Faze was very happy to welcome with their superior firepower. And now we'll go to an even game. 12-12. Faze have really found their groove now, and it does seem to be Cloud9 that is indeed having a lot of problems. And the last buy round they had with the double orbs, again, it was a round where they didn't have much utility. They tried to make a push and pit with Stewie. That didn't go too well for them. So the question now is what they'll decide to do, Cloud9. Lots of options with double orb to go aggressive if they want to, but it's actually Faze that have taken the timeouts.
Yeah, Tarek and Skadoodle both have the forward spawns with the rifles, with the sniper rifle, sorry. So I think we're going to see that normal strat from Cloud9 where Tarek goes into the B apartments, although Skadoodle's heading towards A, so maybe Tarek goes into mid. But what we've commonly seen in this major in the previous weeks is Tarek in apps, holding a line through the apartments, and then they have extra people towards the A site. Obviously, Faze may expect that because I'm sure they would have studied each other. Ooh, they're going 4 on the A site. Nobody in mid. So maybe Scar's going towards connector. Indeed he is. So Tarek will be using his grenades to get into position. There's the smoke from Skadoodle. He does want to get aggressive, but Tarragon's made his way towards the boxes already.
Leaving the responsibility of B to Tarek. Has been having a great tournament as well. With an AWP, he can definitely cause some issues here for Faze as they start to slow things down after the initial grenades exchanged around middle. Skadoodle's still looking for stuff from connector. Won't see anything though. In fact, he hasn't really seen a single player. Only seen a smoke so far. That really goes for both teams. The pace is slowed right down here. Once again, we start to see these smokes going into B. There for the pillars for the edward position. Tarek's now on high alert.
Are they going to commit to this though? The bomb is there, but they haven't jumped into the apartments yet. I'm not convinced because of how they're laid out elsewhere. Oh, the flash is there and Tarek tries to re-aggress, but they're not committing to that. Trades elsewhere. Rain, will he take the close left? He won't. Does the bomb go back towards the B bomb site? There's still nobody there. 3 on the A site, and they're slowly wondering, we were supposed to pull the rotation, so can we push this now? Because there should be people here. That's the whole point of our fake, but that's all they have left as a choice. Nico lurking in Palace, and there are still 2 people just waiting in A. Stewie's gone to find out, and who better to go and look for that information? I think Stewie's on the flank, and FaZe Clan is still creeping forward. Do they wait for Nico to activate to find out what's going on elsewhere? This could get really weird for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, this is very scary indeed. They're not really going to anticipate the positioning of Stewie. That's a very, very big play that he can make, but he's got to make sure he plays off his teammates. They have loads of time. They have loads of time to set up, but there's an opportunity. Stewie goes for it straight away and gives away his position, but still, he has two teammates to play off of who are coming into the market area now, and it's going to be Guardian holding the angle with the AWP. We have little reason to doubt him and his ability in this match. Oh, that's big! And with Stewie gone in apartments, Guardian only has to face in one direction. That's something that he knows. His teammates gathered the info for him to understand this, and that bomb is starting to be very close to detonation. Olofmeister with the off angle, and it seems to be nothing that Cloud9 can do.
Oh boy. That really could have gone either way. If Guardian doesn't jump there, I do wonder if Cloud9 win the round. I was curious because I thought maybe he jumps into apartments, holds the line towards the market position. So if he doesn't jump or if Stewie lands that shot, I think either way, Cloud9 probably win. But Guardian is such a problem. He is such a problem on Mirage. He is the mystery that you have to solve if you want to win. FaZe Clan now in the lead, 13-12. How many rounds has it been for FaZe Clan? It's been 6 rounds in a row for the guys on the T side. 6 rounds in a row. It does not look very good for Cloud9 here on Mirage.
And again, Cloud9 will have to summon a lot of inner strength because it's been 8 maps that they've played against FaZe in the past and 8 maps they've lost. That's not a good record, but again, there stands to be a new reinvigorated Cloud9. Tarek's back at it again with that scout in middle. Trying to get some cheeky headshots through the smoke. Unavailable to him so far though. As Nico asks some questions around the pit position, and some sound cues given away, but Nico will miss the shot.
Cloud9 have got really good positions at the moment, considering they have CZs, because they've got one player in Palace. They've just traded on ramp, and Automatic is in B apps as well. He hasn't gone too deep, but Cloud9 could really push forward and be in surprising positions across the map, and that could be a massive issue for FaZe Clan. He might have a shadow advantage there, but look at Guardian, he's so smart, has such knowledge, but if Stewie plays his cards right, if his timing is correct, then this may become a winnable round. That said, Rush is moving away from the A site because Stewie hasn't found any information yet. And I think at this point, someone might have to take a risk for Cloud9. Maybe Automatic. One player spotted in Connector. Surely that will send Rush back towards CT.
Good timing there coming in from Stu as Skadoodle occupied some attention and they make the desperate dash to the bomb site to get the plant. Stewie can't fail, but he will. That is a big chance gone for Cloud9, but still, Rush with the AK, looking for more engagements here. And they are understanding of his position. So it's very hard for him to move forwards now. He does have Kevlar, but again, you really want Skadoodle here to try to create distraction, to allow some move to be made by Rush. Otherwise, they're just going to be staring at his position and there's no way in, and eventually Guardian will have at him, and that is Rush gone, and the round claimed by FaZe. 2 away from winning map 1.
Once again, this is the pick of Cloud9. Overpass is coming afterwards. Cloud9, how much is left in the tank? Their next buy is coming in, and it could be their last big buy on Mirage. Rain slowly creeping up Scar. He's not checking deep enough. He's going to lose the AK, or is he? He will hold on to that. Maybe goes to Stewie, maybe goes to Automatic. Rain just sweeping the entire site, looking everywhere, not leaving anything to chance. And we've spoken so much about Cloud9, but what does this mean for FaZe, this grand final?
It is, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they are coming into this as described as the great favorites, the super team that worked. But a super team with all the accolades except the major final trophy.
The big one. Stewie will be on the sniper rifle. I think the big red Stewie button has been activated where he is the aggressive sniper. FaZe Clan moving quickly into the A site once again. The smoke's being deployed. Can Cloud9 react to this?
Ooh, that is an amazing frag from Rain. Great presence of mind to check through the smoke and look for that position. Now, once again, FaZe, they've occupied this site. Previously, we saw Cloud9 desperate to push in, and they didn't use the force of the grenades, but now they're taking it slow, and now they're playing more of a retake game. But there are players dispersed everywhere. Skadoodle's going to hit the shot, He misses though. Olofmeister finds a surgical headshot, and now it's just 2 left here for Cloud9. Things are looking stretched. Things are looking desperate. And things are nearly looking done here for them in this map, as now Faze are on 15.
Started well for Cloud9, but now we are at breaking point. They will have some rifles going into the next round. Rain, look at that. I don't even know if he saw anything. He's just one of the smartest players in the world. That's why he's top 5. 15 to 12. Map point for Faze on the pick of their opponent. Cloud9 getting really aggressive towards the ramp. They need to hear you guys. They're against map point here on their own pick. Cloud9 putting 4 around A. Attack, the best form of defense.
Faze going quickly up short here. Russian Tarek finding fresh. Skadoodle over the smoking connector. Finds himself one as well. Tarek with the spot. Oh, that is a great catch from Rain. Now, how much can Rain do? We've seen him in these positions before. There's one more. He might have to just go for it here with the plant, but he'll still play it patiently. He knows he has time. The clock is on his side for the time being. Quick smoke here to offer up some additional cover as Cloud9 make sure to set up the trade. 2v1 against Rain. Can they make it work? Yes, they can. Absolutely they can, but it's still not over. They're fighting for overtime.
2 more rounds. 2 more rounds. FaZe Clan are still going to have a good buy, but we saw in that round, we saw the grenades towards the ramp. Cloud9 are expectant of FaZe charging into the A site. Will FaZe make the same play? No, they won't. 4 people moving away from A, and Nico deploying some grenades. Maybe FaZe have more surprises in store. Skadoodle spotted around connector. He will continue to be a threat whether he stands there or not, but he better not re-aggress because Guardian is alive and he's hungry for frags.
Smoking off that Molotov does suggest that he may go for a play. Obviously, we can see that that's not really the case, but that will waste time, it will waste additional utility here from FaZe. It's good to see Skadoodle not making the mistake of actually peering over it in that instance. Guardian was waiting for it, but now it's on FaZe as Cloud9 has not really offered anything. Oh, wow! Sees the traces, and that's all he needs.
Carragher making a fast play. They're going for the B split now. Skadoodle will surely see in time. No, just about not. Or just about. Tarek will take him down. He's still alone towards the B bomb site. And there are 3 people above him. Buying time for his team. Down goes the bomb. 2 more in apartments. The rotation has to come in fast for Cloud9. There's a flank in the apartment from Stewie as well. And who better? Guardian alone. That's a massive shot from Guardian. But just the 1 kill. 1 more round.
FaZe Clan take a timeout. And I think it's both teams that need that timeout. Intense situation for everyone here. A breather, a moment to get on the same page. And to figure out exactly the approach into this last round. It's so incredibly important. Cloud9 have found their feet, they've found their groove. The momentum is back with them. It was gone for so long, it looked like it was over, but they have managed to summon the strength against the Titans of FaZe Clan. Freeze time has begun, and we're into the final round of regulation on map number 1.
1 more round. Where's the home field advantage? Double snipers again. This time Tarek is going to be picking it up. Styles make fights, and Cloud9 keep changing the styles of these snipers. See if it works out this time. Skadoodle close. Olofmeister better hide behind those boxes. FaZe Clan with 4 people towards the B bomb site, and who's waiting for them? It's Tarek, forced away, and again he's on his own. They know they're focusing on the A site. The smoke's down towards short. Does he make a play through? Stewie is here. There are smokes everywhere. Does he have the right angles? Down goes Nico. The bomb's getting planted quickly, but the frags are flying free for everyone. Skadoodle on the site. Can he find a short player? Yes, but can he go back? No, misses the shot. 3 versus 3. The bomb is down. Automatic still on the A site for some reason. Maybe looking for a lurker. This is absolute carnage. The smoke's going away. And now Olofmeister with the sniper. There's Guardian. Automatic on his own. Running up the short position. I think Olofmeister's heard him, which means that they can all hold angles. The smoke fake. The flash fake won't work out. FaZe Clan take the first map of this series.
This is absolutely unbelievable. Two incredibly momentum-based teams, and that is exactly what map 1 was. It was all about that momentum. It started off like fire from Cloud9, but soon that fire was extinguished as FaZe got themselves back into the board, and I didn't think that they could do it. And the same for Cloud9, but eventually FaZe managed to take it, and this means a lot, James. This was Cloud9's pick.
FaZe are one map away from the major title, and if Cloud9 are going to do this, it's going to have to be the hard way. That was their map. That was their map, but now it's FaZe's map. They'll come back onto Overpass. Thoughts of the desk after the break.
One more to go, and Guardian gets them all!
Nice!
Surely there's no way FaZe can do this. They've got to be running to their doom. These scouts are going nuclear. Tarek has done so much damage, and Guardian's got to run away, but he can't. They don't get a single kill.
He's very close to detonation. Olafmeister with the off angle, and it seems to be nothing that Cloud9 can do.
Nothing.
And now it's just two left here for Cloud9. Things are looking stressed. Things are looking desperate.
If you want to keep up to date with the big esports occasions like this major final, Bleacher Report connects you to the stories, teams, athletes, and moments that matter in sports culture. Download the free Bleacher Report app now. And there indeed is the trophy. That's what they're playing for, and FaZe have got one hand on it. They've taken Mirage 16-14. I got to be honest, guys. You know, we did say coming in that Cloud9 have this amazing record on Mirage. We all felt the same thing, that they had to win this map to get into this series. And things started out well. That tactical adjustment by Karrigan, guys. That's why Faze is so good.
Yeah, I think it's not just the fact that Faze managed to win Cloud9's map pick, it's how they managed to do so, right? Jason was talking about how Cloud9 potentially, if they win the first map, they can just ride the momentum on the second map if they really focus on their individuals, try to brute force their way in into rounds, and here pretty much they got pretty much Faze managed to do a comeback against them after being down in the first half, then in the second half after winning Pistol, losing to the force buy. So it's been a very crushing loss for Cloud9 psychologically.
It seemed like Faze actually was put on the back foot really early, obviously, by that huge score that Cloud9 ran. Part of it was it felt like their individuals hadn't quite shown up yet, like maybe not quite into the game, maybe not quite into the match, but you can see if you look at just the scores that we'll see later, the aggressive players for Cloud9 ended this game with a very bad kill death. Those were the guys trying to make the plays, and once Faze kind of woke up, they were shutting all those individual plays down. They were shutting down that aggression from Cloud9. That's been their trademark to get here. And yeah, the passive players, Automatic, Rush, Skadoodle, they got their numbers, but you need guys like Stewie and Tarek to be able to have impact. That's the main crux of their strategy.
Yeah, and I think Cloud9 really struggled in the later half of the rounds, in the second half right there. They kept on finding themselves in weird situations where they had excellent timings on flanks, but they just wouldn't follow through with it at the right times. And then people like Rain stepped up big, Guardian stepped up big, Olaf stepped up big in those late rounds. And Cloud9 just had no one to match that.
Yeah, poor Stewie, right?
And I was going to say, I mean, poor Skadoodle, we've talked about him, you know, how he's had poor performances in the past and has choked in big events and big games and big tournaments. Turns up in a big way for his team there. The most kills he's had in the last 23 maps. And all for nothing in the end because they don't take Mirage.
Started off super strong, was hitting some crazy shots, but yeah. I think the two players you need to point out the most are Olofmeister and Guardian. Those are the two guys who've been here before, who have played in a major grand final, and some of the rounds that they were winning, you know, in some 3v3 situations and so forth, they were really closing out some crucial rounds where, granted, you know, Stewie on the flank a little bit unlucky and so forth, but they seemed unfazed by the close score.
I mean, I would say as well, just to give him some attention, some love, was Rain. Like, he didn't have the multi-kills. He didn't close out rounds the same way that Guardian and Olaf did. But when you look at some of those entries, if you go back and watch this again, some of those entries he had coming through Connector, the one or even under the A,
on ticket
booth, that like immediate one-tap headshot, sliding around, pre-firing the smoke, finding Stewie with an AWP on stairs. Those are critical kills that won't necessarily make it into highlight reels, but just that one kill that he keeps getting every single round in that same area of the map is so huge.
Oh, you're not wrong. And it's crazy to think as well, humble beginnings. Me and Henry were talking back in the green room. He used to go to Hellfragger events in Norway in Counter-Strike Source.
What are Hellfragger events?
You can Google it, my friends. It's incredible to think. Yeah, right. Okay, Yanko, you picked out one of the tactical elements there, one of the keys to victory.
Yeah, so definitely Faze played great individually in that second half. Guardian and Olaf, Rain, the guys doing most of the heavy lifting, but there was also some very good tactical plays from Faze. This is a round that they ran in the first gun round, basically, and they ran it again to get 2 match points. You can see immediately they all set up for the standard smokes pretty much. They are just waiting. They throw the smokes. They know that the incendiary is going to dissipate by the time they need to run out. So the standard smokes, but what's interesting here is the fact that they don't have anyone in apps, so they're using all of their players to push aggressively towards the bomb site, and also the timing. They're running out while the smokes are pretty much still flying. So by the time they get to connector, they're blooming. You see the incendiary here for bench in case someone wants to peek through it. Rain with great pre-fire onto the little gap on stairs, gets a kill onto Stewie. Tarek and Rush fall back because of the incendiary and the smoke, and that gives the complete bomb site to Faze. They plant the bomb. You can see Nico already trying to go back. Automatic is on the flank, so he gets that kill, but Olofmeister reacts by pushing closer towards stairs, getting crucial control there, and here is where Cloud9 is basically out of the round. They have the bomb planted for ramp and connector, control of connector. It's pretty much impossible for Cloud9 to retake just from CT and having Automatic towards middle, so it shows you how Faze really had an explosive playstyle, had good use of utility, and on top of that, you know, when you have the players they do, it just adds to it all.
So it was 16-14, it was close. It's Faze who edged that first map. We've got Smix on the sidelines to see how both of the teams feel after that first map is in the books.
Thank you very much, Richard. I was able to catch Valens right after they finished that map on Mirage, and he conceded a lot of what you guys just talked about at the desk. He did say Mirage should have been their map. He said they just gave too much space on CT side. Some of the retakes and flanks didn't work out as planned, but mainly I was curious about the psychology and the sort of the mentality of the team after that loss, and curiously, he did say the team is still feeling really, really hyped. They acknowledge that this is the furthest they've gone so far. They're still feeling really confident. And when I asked how they planned on Overpass, knowing it's one of Faze's best maps, Valen said he knew that's the map that Kerrigan would decide, so they have planned for it, and they're feeling confident headed into it.
Very interesting indeed. So they feel confident on Overpass. Sean, I'll get your quick react to that. Obviously, they have had time to prepare. We know that, and we know Faze do like to play Overpass. What do you think of those statements?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to take fights to Rain in particular at the A-bomb site. We know how dominant he can be over there, and we just saw him have a phenomenal Mirage map just now. So they really have to somehow figure out a way how to shut Rain down on his CT side, and then on their T side, they need to keep up this aggression that they started with on Mirage.
Well, speaking of Rain, you're talking about shutting Rain down. Rain has been shutting down this crowd, and it echoes what he tweeted out before. He did say it was going to be one quiet crowd tomorrow. Obviously, the home crowd now really got to lift Cloud9 if they're going to get back into it. And it just shows you what an amazing polished player this guy is. Tweets something like this out, comes into the Lion's Den and plays like that. And look at him, just laughing.
No reason not to be confident, right? They're coming into their own backyard, coming into Overpass, where Rain is the focal player for Faze. And actually, the problem here for Cloud9 is they start on the CT side. What we've seen so far in this final is that Faze is more comfortable playing the T side. And considering the players they have on the lineup, the way Guardian has been playing, it's going to be very difficult for Cloud9 to hold off Faze early on Overpass.
Yeah, it will, and I think Skroodle needs to have a big game with this AWP, especially on the CT side. It can be such an impactful weapon. But just altogether, this is a map that when Faze is going to hit these bomb sites, Cloud9 has a lot of really cool flashbangs and plans. They have to slow those down, buy their players time. I mean, this is just one of those maps. They have to turn it around now. It's a very awkward situation.
And the crowd are doing their part, but we do need another X factor if Cloud9 are going to win on Overpass, and that's the X Factor presented by HyperX. And we've gone for Stewie 2K. You know, he's had a great major so far, but Mirage is his map. It's his playground. He's meant to be pushing through those smokes, aggressive, taking control, getting the kills. But you can see there, that's the fewest kills he's had over the last 9 maps.
Yeah, and Stewie actually had a really good tournament thus far. So this is very weird to see him crumble right here in that first map of the finals. But Overpass lends itself a little bit better to Stewie's aggression. So I like to see him, despite that bad first map, brush that off, be aggressive on CT Overpass, push the fountain like we saw him do against G2. So it's very important that he can brush that off.
Yep, Overpass, it's a map you can do it on. Aggression can really pay off.
Especially because Cloud9 likes to do super aggressive as teams to take map control early on and then kind of spread out from there instead of just starting out in a basic default. But the big thing I think Stewie ran into on Mirage was he had some impact. His damage was too low. I'm not too worried about the kills, but I think he just ran into what all, the stereotypical entry fraggers run into, which is how do you still remain confident? How do you still have that mental fortitude to make the same plays when you're very obviously having a rough game, when you're very obviously missing some timings? We saw the frustration come out on him after a couple of rounds, after some of those flanks didn't work out. He has to still have the confidence to make the plays he wants to.
So guys, before we go to break, things are looking bleak for Cloud9. It is really an uphill battle now. Yanko, I don't need to ask you. I know you're sticking with your prediction. Sean, have you changed your mind?
No, I think Cloud9 can pull through on Overpass. I know Stewie is very good at working the connector position. He likes to pre-Molotov and just run up very aggressively. He's one of the most aggressive players that I've played on Overpass when he's on T side. So I'd like to see him bring that to Faze and be really aggressive in the connector. And I think Cloud9 can take this.
Jason.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with mine as well. I mean, yeah, this is an obstacle. They can overcome it. They've overcome all of them up to this point. I don't see a reason to doubt them now. It is going to be a difficult map, but I mean, they've shown they don't need the overall tactical strategic approach to this map. They have very cool little tricks to the way they attack bomb sites, and all they need are those small adjustments to be able to make it happen.
So there you have it. Our desk doubling down on their predictions. We're going to find out if they're right after the break. FaZe Clan versus Cloud9 will resume in just a few moments.
he finish this off? Yes, he can! We'll go into overtime! 1 versus 1, and that's more like it from Nico. Doesn't like to hold on to again. He's got time to play with, and 2 for 2, smoke will do. It's Faze to the final, and Guardian is an absolute god.
Welcome back to the Boost Mobile casting desk and the grand finals. There they are on your screens. FaZe Clan stealing a map away from Cloud9, and now they go to their pick, which is Overpass. It's going to be a hard one for Cloud9 at this point.
It certainly is, but at the very least, Valenz is a very hard worker. As the coach and analyst of Cloud9, I am certain that he's been doing his homework and that they'll be prepared for some of the shenanigans. But one thing that is very hard to be prepared for is just the individual level of this team and their individual playmaking potential. And Rain was highlighted before, and he is one of the key players on this map for FaZe. And we're going to go into that into more detail later. But the game is starting. Map 2, Cloud9 versus FaZe. Cloud9 down a map. And FaZe looking to close it on their home territory. And they'll start on the T side.
Russian Skadoodle towards the back of B. It looks like Nico's trying to get the pipe, and in the meantime, his teammates will come up to short position. Skadoodle gets some picks, Stewie quickly through the door, and Rush is still here, spamming away. The bomb's in a really weird exposed position, but the frags are coming in now for FaZe Clan. 2 versus 3, Tarek round the back, and that leaves Guardian alone. 1 versus 3, no sniper for him just yet, but he has got a Glock and some frags. Rotating towards A, but no! He'll get an arrow in the back, and Cloud9 get the start they needed on the CT side of Overpass.
And on the desk, they were talking about the importance of players like Stewie, and he went largely missing in that first map, and this is a great opportunity for him to get those anti-force bio frags, the eco frags, to play aggressively with SMGs, to play aggressively, generally speaking, against FaZe Clan early. And I think that's very important that Cloud9 once again assert themselves against their opponents very early on. FaZe, what they have to bring to bear in this round. Guardian staying for the AWP. That's just a Deagle at the moment. Maybe he'll buy another Deagle next round, but here is some of that aggression we've been talking about. Cloud9 not afraid.
Tag to Guardian. Karrigan, only his head is showing. This is dangerous for Tarek, especially with an M4. The grenades continue to rain in, and so do the frags for Cloud9. No one lost in that second round. Exactly what they needed. After a tough loss in the first map, quick rounds like that, it's going to get them right back into things.
Yeah, absolutely. And we may see more aggression after that, just due to the fact that they'll be understanding that their opponents, they went to the force buy, they invested a lot of money, there should be a full Glock save. No bomb was planted, nothing like that. So they can keep the aggression up. And again, that's what Cloud9 want to be. They want to be in the throes of the aggression, putting the pace onto FaZe. And we'll see FaZe have nothing to offer here, just Glocks indeed. Tarek back at it again. The forward play, oh my god, dinked multiple times there against the Glocks. This actually looks a little bit scary. They'll be able to collect the M4, but again, they have no Kevlar to really work with.
Yeah, with all these UMPs, it's the M4 which goes so far forward. Would have faced loads of people, but now the SMGs are trying to clean up, and they may make more money, but can they make it a wholesome cleanup? 2 more people to find. Guardian with a Glock, so the M4 is on the floor, and I think Stewie's collected it. So crisis averted. Could have been much worse for FaZe. Got to ring the bell a few times to get a kill with a Glock in that situation. The Guardian does it, patiently trying to do more damage, but 2 kills is a lot more than FaZe could have expected in that round. Hey, get off your phone! It's grand finals, come on! That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so we have the AWP picked up by Guardian. And again, this is a great map for the snipers. Stewie getting the ult. This is what we love to see. Stewie's aggressive AWPing is a treat to witness. Let's hope that he has the sickness to bring behind that selection. And of course, he has a decent spawn to work with as well. So a fast Molotov there to prevent the CTs pushing Suez as FaZe take control of the map towards the positions around B. Guardian going quite forward for the peak. He wants that slight angle, that slither. And if it is shown, oh, he gets it through the wood.
Oh, that's disgusting from Guardian, and this is the first buy round from FaZe. That is a warning shot if ever I saw one. Doesn't matter if I can't see you, you're going to be dead anyway. All of my taking big damage elsewhere. Automatic answering back. So that's 2 players spotted around the B bomb site. How much can Cloud9 really get from this? They don't have aggressive positions with the players that remain. Now Rain is trying to establish what information they do have. Obviously, he doesn't know where these CTs are, wants to find out, but it is a precarious trip to take for Rain. one of the most dangerous people on Overpass in general. Definitely one to watch on GoTV.
And Cloud9 have some information here. They've got a peek into the Suez position, so they'll be fairly confident that the rotation's coming in from Faze. But they need to confirm that information. They don't know about connector, so there's always a fast double back opportunity for Faze. So that's why they're not pulling everybody towards the A site. Now we'll try to make a play here. Stewie, the smoke criminal, is he?
Oh my God!
Where did that come from?
Skadoodle, what are you doing? And that might be the information that Cloud9 need. There's a rotation coming from Tarek, so there will be 3 people on the A bomb site. 20 seconds remain, and Stewie's still in that forward position. Even if Faze get kills, how did he get the bomb down in this situation? Skadoodle, he's just running distraction now. He's being baiting, but Stewie's being looked for, and there is the bomb lost. Stewie just needs to hide now. There's 8 seconds on the clock. Doesn't need to face there. There's surely no way Faze get anywhere near this bomb. Taken down one by one. Olaf Meister running away, trying to save the sniper rifle. That is a huge buy round for Cloud9.
That shot from Skadoodle, that really made things a bit awkward there for Faze. They had to pull the trigger on the push in a very desperate manner after that. Ooh. Oh my God, that is so
that is
incredible.
Dirty. We are not at the watershed yet, Skadoodle, please. Second sniper rifle now on automatic. Currently 6-0 is automatic, 4-0 Cloud9. But again, they had a good start in the last map, and it wasn't enough. Guardian has an AWP. This is a dangerous round for Cloud9.
It is very, very dangerous. Eagle there for Rain, CZ. P250 is Digo for Nico, no less. Cloud9 just have to rely on their setups again. They have these inherent advantages to play with. What they're doing at the moment. They know the AWP is out there for Guardian. There's no utility for Faze. They can't really burst into bomb sites with flashes and smokes. Cloud9 playing discipline, doing what they must, playing as they should. Faze realize they have to start making a move, and see Rain, he knows these positions very well, perhaps better than anyone else. He's going to be trying to wallbang all of them. Skadoodle now, maneuvering around, trying to find opponents, but Faze are looking to set up the push now.
1 minute mark for FaZe Clan. Not going to make it easy for Cloud9. FaZe would love to win this major in 2. Flash at the front of the site. Cloud9 still buying time. FaZe, the numbers game has got to come into play soon. Guardian looking for a really fast peak. He's just waiting for that entry. Spots Stewie, but no connections yet by either side. 30 seconds, and FaZe still, they want to make the best use of every edge they can find. They want to exploit any gap, any mistake. Cloud9 no longer peak. They're inviting them to the site. There's Skadoodle with the first shot. Stewie quick for a second. The spray down, the garden hose. All the weeds are dead. 5 rounds for Cloud9. But FaZe are coming back with maximum loss bonus.
Great round there from Cloud9, holding their nerve. And again, it was exactly how they should have played it, very passive. You don't want to potentially give up a peek to Guardian. You have no idea on the map where he can be, and it worked out wonderfully for Cloud9. But now they need to do it again against the weaponry of Faze. We actually see Olaf Meister picking up a Mag 10. That's actually awesome to see, as he will be able to play very forward positions. He has a lot of speed with that gun, good running accuracy. He can create space for his riflers. And they look to take a fast round perhaps into the B bomb site. As soon as these counter grenades, the initial ones, go away from Cloud9.
There is the short B possession. Are we going to continue with the fast plays? Guardian has been taken out very quickly. I don't know if he was carrying the bomb, but if he was, then that is a lot of information for Cloud9. The A players are passive, which means they can rotate quickly. Automatic looking for more jump peeking. Got to be careful though, because if he jumps off the sandbags, you can see there are guns trained on that position. FaZe looked like they wanted to go for a fast play like they were doing on Mirage. They were very successful with that. Here come the Molotovs, the grenades, the smokes. Automatic spots one player. Down they go. Tarek just waiting for the push. And Cloud9 are all over this round once again. Almost no damage by FaZe Clan. Still a clean sheet for Cloud9.
Really big holes from Cloud9 so far, and it's very encouraging to see them able to do this when they are up against some of FaZe Clan's buy rounds. And these passive approaches have so far been working out, but that's the mind games now that Cloud9 can afford to play against FaZe. They could start to throw in some aggressions There could be a Suez take. There could be play into connector. Maybe they'll go aggressive A long. Maybe they'll go aggressive towards the fountain position. They have all these options open and available to them to try and get the first frag and start to set a Faze in a very bad position and make them scramble. Faze are really up against it at the moment.
NiKo looks slightly frustrated at the moment. And this FaZe clan roster may feel like they have so much to prove. olofmeister leaving Fnatic, Guardian leaving Na'Vi, Rain has been on this team since the beginning. Since the absolute beginning of this team. Karrigan leaving Astralis. Tarik as well, he's got a lot to prove, and he's trying to do so. Relentless aggression, doesn't matter what the situation. Oh, that's dirty, but it is from Stewie2K, and Tarik finishes things off. He's popping off.
And that's exactly the kind of round I was talking about, that very, very quick aggression. It can come from anywhere. You have no idea when you're on the T side, but really, really fast timing here from Tarik. Absolutely nails the execution of this. So confident of Cloud9 right now. They look amazing, but we saw this on Mirage. They must hold on to this. They need to keep squeezing and strangling FaZe out of this game. Do not give them a single chance. It's the only way to beat them.
We've got a short B push from the CT side, avoiding the flashbang. Tarik is everywhere, but NiKo gets the kill this time. And that's an early man down for Cloud9. This didn't bode well in the previous map when they lost the man early. He looked good for it, Tarik, but look at the people they're playing against. Look at the skill, the talent on the FaZe clan. If anyone's up for a challenge, it is these 5 players. Be it an AK, be it an AWP. Ever dangerous team. Skidoo playing an unusual angle. Ooh. And the leg is there. Now, he wanted to go for a jumping HE grenade. He wanted to throw it down, but he did not want to give Guardian the opportunity, respecting the skill. In the meantime, olofmeister sees plays towards long and starts to move in towards toilets, and Skidoo could get caught off guard here.
Goes, and there he is, very dead on the floor. 2 left now for Cloud9. It's looking quite bad for them in this round, but they have a great economy at the very least. Automatic trying in desperation, flick there. olofmeister, what on earth are you doing? Going straight through the smoke. That is bravery. But is it too bold? Will it cost them? Maybe it will. Automatic will have that opportunity, and he will make it count. 2 more players to go, as there's 1 more left here, besides Automatic to make plays. Rush, where on earth is he? FaZe do not know currently. And Rush has time. Automatic is taking all the attention away. Oh, here it goes. Rush able to find Rain. Now they know where the last player is. Guardian has to hit the shots here as he turns the corner. The grenades are in, and that's going to be that. Do not give this man a chance.
Kobe!
olofmeister will be ruining that push for quite some time.
8-0. When will there be a round for FaZe clan? Look at this situation, olofmeister. He must have thought they were saving. He thought they have to save, they have to run away, but Automatic didn't even have time. He had to stand his ground, and then he ran through the smoke. They had no idea he was through the smoke. Guardian blasted into oblivion. The gates have fallen off, and Cloud9 are deep in the defensive of FaZe clan at the moment. 8-0.
That was such an insane round to win. I mean, the economy for them is so incredibly strong anyway that they can definitely take losses. Automatic's on 15k after the buy in this round. That's unbelievable. Everyone's 10k or more. It's crazy. This is a very bad look for FaZe clan. They're going to be lucky to even get 3 or 4 rounds at this point. That's kind of how this is shaping up. But
FaZe
again,
clan can always turn it around at any point. That's the
saw it
problem.
on map 1, right?
We've seen them in horrible situations, but they can always bring it back. This could easily end up being a 7-8 round as far as they're concerned. Oh, Stewie, again, the respect. Any other team, and maybe he holds his ground there, but Guardian is so dangerous. He proved it on the previous map. Cloud9 with just enough respect not to make a mistake. Don't want to give up that early frag for no reason. And that's great. It shows presence of mind from Cloud9. Skidoo with a great angle, allows him to see players from connector, but also out of the toilets, but he'll have to fall back. And we see Stewie's in a forward position as usual, not afraid to play his game. 1:15 for FaZe clan. And they're trying, they would expect the CT to be forced back by now. Stewie with multiple targets, doesn't know who to find, and he'll leave Karrigan on 6 HP.
Very forward position from Skidoo. It's a risky one, but he's confident. We've seen what he can do so far. And getting information is also very important. That's another reason why aggression can be so powerful on the CT side, although it is with its own risks. And this is important. Skadoo will spot that there's nothing really forward happening here, and Faze are making a rotation back through connector towards B. And right now there's only one man there. It's Rush, only with a single flashbang. He does have some support from Heaven, but this is going to be a hard hold against the 4-5 players of Faze.
Yep, there was a smoke on Skadoodle, but he won't have an opportunity to throw it now. Automatic is exposed and taken down. The trades continue 2-on-2. The bomb hasn't been planted just yet, and the CTs, they know they're not in an advantageous situation. Boost is coming and will it come in time? Guardian expecting it. They know where Skadoodle is now. So how does he get away with this? Can he find the wallbang on Olofmeister? He's only 11 HP. Oh, that was so close. But now Olofmeister backs off. He has time on the cooldown of the AWP. Surely this is impossible for Skadoodle. He doesn't realize that one person is not on the site, so it gets even worse for him. 3 bullets left and 2 targets. He can't spam anymore. He has to hit the mark. Pulling a knife out, trying to reposition. Olofmeister on the high ground. Down he goes, but Guardian through the fence. First round on the board for FaZe Clan.
It's kind of disgusting the things that Guardian has to do to win some of these rounds. This Cloud9 is just something else. I've never seen anything like this from them.
Look at that. They started 8-1 on Mirage and lost 16-14. It is 8-1 on Overpass. Automatic has $16,000. So I think Cloud9 are in a better situation now than they were previously. Looks like someone is feeling the pressure, but someone who isn't is Guardian. Disgusting shots from him. But look how much was needed just to get 1 round on the board.
Absolutely, and they also had a man advantage going into the site push. It is one of the bomb sites that is the easiest, well, of the 2 bomb sites, it is the easier one to retake. A is very hard to retake, so typically if the CT side is down a man, doesn't sort of know what to do, they will sack 3 players towards the A side, which is harder to hold.
Look how crap their buy is. Look at FaZe Clan's buy, a Galil, a UMP, a MAC-10, after winning 1 round when they know Cloud9 have been losing money by winning rounds. This is a problem for FaZe Clan. They've got the talent, but they don't necessarily have the guns. Rain looking for those close quarters engagements with the MAC-10. Cloud9 have been aggressive, but this time they will stay deep. 3 in the B bomb site, 2 around A. Skadoodle in a position where he can retreat. He's got Stewie keeping an eye on things towards the long position. Stewie is the rifle support for Skadoodle's sniper here on Overpass.
And this is always a dangerous factor about this map. It can be difficult to play the CT side because there's so many potential blind spots. It almost feels like you want a 6th player to cover everything. There is some pressure felt by Stewie. He's going to call the smoke of his teammates. And they do have eyes on Sewers as well, so they're likely wanting to rotate the 3rd man there, and they have. They've got extra support. Tarek's now made his way into the sites. Skadoodle still holding a passive angle there in the bathrooms as the push commences, and Tarek is forced to go for the duel. The trades are there though, but it's even for both teams. Skadoodle has to fight his way out with the CZ. He's going to be able to do it, it seems, but still more damage to be done. Picks up the AWP there, draws it, tries to find a shot. Still very difficult to make it work. The tag's in though, as Skadoodle tries to hold the position, but now he is the only man that stands against Rain. And Rain has the truck to play with. But 20 seconds to go for the plant. He knows he can go for the other side.
Oh no!
Oh! He sinks it!
Some revenge there for FaZe Clan. Skadoodle had 4 bullets in the CZ, but only 1 person survives for FaZe. That was a terrible buy. They managed to get close quarters. They managed to get kills with the MAC-10. Skadoodle ran to his doom. He never knew what was coming. He died too young, Dad.
That he did, but it was an extraordinary effort to even stay alive for as long as he did in the bathrooms.
It almost sounds like Rain has indeed silenced the crowd. I don't think he can hear you with that one. FaZe Clan and Cloud9 back on the buy once again. UMP continues with Carrigan, Guardian on the Galil. Now here are those fast plays from FaZe Clan. Taking map control really quickly is very unnatural, unusual to get so forward on a full buy on a map such as this. So can they keep Cloud9 surprised? Skadoodle spotting the information. He gets the leg, this time only the USP. Can he finish Carrigan? He can, but moves into more guns.
It'll be a tough hold here. A wall of smokes to block Stewie, but he is the smoke criminal. Perhaps he'll look to go for the push. Oh, the spray's going to find a lot of damage, and it's Molotov as well doing immense work. Automatic waiting for the smoke to go away. They're darting into Stewie's line of sight, and that is not something you can expect to achieve success with, as Nico now is the last man standing. It looks so promising. The Cloud9 have been very good at defending these set pieces from Faze. Their passive play has been just as strong as their aggressive play on the CT side.
Nico dialing for help, but call not completed. Everybody is dead. 38 seconds, and I do wonder if he's resigned himself to trying to save, or what he can really try to do in this situation. They have bled the money of Cloud9, so we can try and do some damage here, but that won't work out for him either. 9-2 for Cloud9.
Now, when are Faze going to wake up? That's the question. Or is Cloud9 simply just too overwhelming?
He was in the smoke. That's really unlucky. It's them toenails, man. He's got to cut them toenails.
That's what Stewie does. He lives in the smoke. He is a smoke criminal. And we're starting to see some of his deviance there. Now, as it stands 9-2 and Faze take the timeout, it will be on Eco in this round regardless, but they need to start to put together the pieces, see where things are really going wrong, and that's likely one of the things they'll be talking about, some of the options, some of the plays and approaches that need to be discussed to find some success here for them, because right now it definitely looks like getting that momentum is very difficult. I mean, it's a stark difference. We saw the 8-1 situation with Cloud9, much like map 1, but the difference was the sheer dominance, and you can see it with all the money that is constantly in the bank for Cloud9.
Even at 2-9, Guardian still saving for the AWP. That's how desperate a situation is. He's got 13 kills at the moment. The next closest person to him on his team has 3. I told you. Finish Guardian, finish Faze. That's what it seems to be here on Overpass. Moving up the long position with the bomb, 4 players. How quickly will they spot this? They're getting to that corner wall. Stewie, I think, is jump peeking, but can he find the information? Oh, the creep. Carrigan may pick up an AWP here. Oh, Scudillo is surely going to get caught off guard! Yes, he is. Now there are huge problems. The numbers advantage there all over the A side. This is not an easy retake for Cloud9.
It's going to be so hard to find a way back in. These choke points have been constricted with these smoke grenades. I try to go for a cheeky boost, but it might be quite predictable. But there's still smokes all over the place. They do find the play. Olafmeister will shut it down as Tarek hits the ground hard. Rush now looking for another player to challenge. There's Olafmeister, but this looks quite impossible here for Cloud9. They're going to have to back away, but Guardian will not allow them to run. No prisoners, no survivors.
This is insane. That has absolutely, well, that round was decimated for Cloud9. That's not a round you're supposed to win. That's a round where you're supposed to do some damage and plant the bomb if you're very lucky. But again, playing the same strategy, and you do wonder if Cloud9 lost track of Faze's situation. Scudillo was in a forward position, he was on his own, and they got past him. They got past him, lost to AWP, smoked off the site, and then you're just in absolute ruins. Faze clan, maybe the door has been opened for them. They can still get 6 rounds out of this half. They can go nuclear at any point. It's not over until it's over. The map's not won until it's won, and Cloud9 have to remember that.
It's definitely impressive to see that they've kept Nico on 1 frag. I mean, how often are you going to get this deep into a match on the first half and just see him having such a struggle? 1 and 11. That's actually just insane. Now, Faze looking to build on what they've done so far. And a quick take of sewers, Nico leads the way. They go for a fast pick, or will they just try to sit in the sewers position? Occupy presence, make some noise, get some information. Cloud9, they've been playing so well passively, sitting on the bomb sites, that they may not decide to go aggressive and make an information play. Faze may have to force the issue into a bomb site.
For the time being, Cloud9 should have a good read as to the likelihood of the B bomb site. Guardian taken down in a short position by Automatic. And I was going to say, because of Stewie's position in the toilets, he can have a quick look towards long, and he can also get a diagonal look towards connector, so he can keep an eye on players moving past. As you can see, Scudillo can communicate that information now. Automatic picking off Nico, so they're getting picked off 1 by 1. And there's Stewie, there's his position coming into play, and now Scudillo can just run around. He can just dance for these players. If they try to hunt Scudillo, they are exposed to the site. That is a huge problem.
It is a very, very big problem. And now they're trying to get their way into the side, but it's just Rain now that's left. 32 health for him, getting whittled down, picked apart, piece by piece, until there's nothing left. Cloud9, 10 rounds. Faze still stuck in the doldrums on 3.
That's so important for Cloud9, not because of the reset, just for the psyche. After losing a basically stupid round, to come back like that in devastating fashion is fantastic. A jumping Nico taken out of the sky like a clay pigeon. Automatic, not a fan of animals. 2 rounds remain in this first half, and FaZe have to force it up. They can't eco for AWPs anymore. Even Guardian's on the force fight. Full grenades and a P250 for him. Will it be a fast play towards B? Rain sliding into the corner. Will he slide into the pipe? Flames, smoke grenades, flashbangs, charging in now. Rush waiting for them, but he can't find the frag. Tarek only gets 1.
Good training coming in from both teams. There is automatic. He's been very good so far, looking to hold things down here, prevent the T's from taking forward positions. Great nade sailing in, Guardian down to 25. Stewie looking to finish off his work, but Guardian's quick out the position. FaZe a scramble to find themselves a post-plant position to work from Kerrigan, doing damage here from the water, but shut down. The trades continue.
There are 2 smokes for the CT side. If they can get them down, then it may force FaZe Clan's hand if they can touch that bomb. Olafmeister repositioning to the monster position. Guardian still only got a P250 to fight with, but he's baiting, but it won't work out. Cloud9 get round 11. The plant's not enough for FaZe Clan. 3 rounds on the board. Nothing working for FaZe apart from a random eco push. Automatic has been delivering so many kills with the AWP, taking some of the shine away from Guardian, who's been the only person shining for FaZe on this half, and it has not been anywhere near enough.
And I really love the dynamic that Cloud9 have working for themselves around the A site. You know, if Stewie gets to spawn, much like now, he can go for an aggressive play with an AWP or a rifle, and that will happen every so often, but it's very hard to predict. And then you just leave Skadoodle there to play passively, very intelligently, outsmarting players, getting information, playing slightly forward, but never really putting a foot wrong. It's quite a beautiful thing to watch how Cloud9 have been playing the CT side so far. And we can see that FaZe have been unable to find a way to penetrate their defense.
Cloud9 changed their defense as well. Skadoodle taking Rain out. No one in position to do anything about that, and they're just like, oh, Skadoodle's there. No, let's just go towards the B-bomb site. Let's hope for the best. Let's pray to whatever the CS gods are. Pray to Gaben. Pray to whoever you like. Pray for a 4th round for FaZe Clan if you are a fan. Smoke heading towards the balcony. Pistol, an SMG, and 2 rifles. Cloud9 lie in wait, bouncing off the pillar. It's not going to be enough. Nico on his own, 1 versus 3. Got to pick up the bomb. Minute on the clock. Cloud9 slowly repositioning. 1 player on the low grounders already. That's Stewie 2K. Nico has to take some risks. Angle simply being held. There's the first one. You know what this man can do. Again, they can go nuclear at any point. Some shoulder peeks. Trying to find out where these players are. Are Cloud9 in a position to trade? 1 on the AWP. Skadoodle has a superior angle. You can see on Nico's face, he's not happy with this. He is frustrated. This is not what FaZe Clan, the situation they should be in. This is not it. It should be the other way around. This is their pick. He's fighting for a 4th round. No one's giving up to him. 20 seconds. He's running out of time. He's trying to play Cloud9 at their own game. And now the pressure comes in from Cloud9. The Molotov, they're slowly pushing. He commits to the bomb plant. And they start to move in. The AWP, the rifle. 1 tap from Nico, but he can't find the 3rd. Skadoodle, who else to do it? Defusing the bomb, keeping Cloud9 in this match.
That was almost from Nico, one of the biggest plays in the tournament. 1 frag away from an ace. 1 misplaced bullet. I can't imagine the tension he's under. And still he makes it look so good, even though he couldn't find it all the way. But Automatic has been so stable, the anchor with the AWP. An absolute rock of the B-bomb site. And this has been a problem for FaZe, because either you're running into Automatic, who does not waver so far, or you're running into the likes of Skadoodle and Stewie on the A side of the map, and neither portion of the map seems solved so far by FaZe.
Nico had an out-of-body experience at the end of that round. 3-12. When Overpass first came out, before all the changes, before people knew how to play the map, this is the kind of score you would see all the time. Cloud9 say that you can have Mirage. You can have Mirage, because we're coming for overpass. No timeouts remaining for Faze. No break, no relief, nothing but pressure.
Faze, it goes without saying that the pistol round is a must for them to have any kind of a chance. Without that pistol round, we're going to see a lot of forced buys, a lot of awkward situations. Cloud9 have set themselves up for a very surprising victory on enemy territory. But it's not done just yet. As you say, James, they can never forget the caliber of players that they're up against in this grand final. The team that is most certainly the favorites.
Now Faze are at the mercy of their opponent, and they may have to beg for mercy if this continues like the first half did. On the CT side, the defensive side, Karrigan with a smoke and a defuse kit. 2 plays of grenades for Cloud9. Look at the timing, absolutely perfect, but look at Rain! This is his map after all! And he is not done with overpass. 3 headshots from Rain. Whatever plans Cloud9 had for this pistol, they've been torn up and thrown in the trash.
Wow, that is a big result. And now you can see Cloud9 sort of stuck in their positions, trying to work out, okay, what do we have? What do we have to work with? How do we somehow find a way out of this situation? Rain is hungry, though. He's not sated with 3. He's looking for 4 and 5. He'll be denied for the time being, but there's 4 more where that came from. They're currently holding positions. Perhaps they were egging him on to go for the ace. It's hard to say, but Rush now trying to check everything. Do have a smoke and a flash on Skadoodle to try to work with, but it's just going to come down to the headshots, as it always does on a pistol round.
The problem with this situation is they're spending so much time trying to find one person. There are 4 remaining that it's going to be, if they get anywhere near a bomb site, it's going to be really hard to try and get the bomb down because they're using up so much of their time. One step made, and now Olaf finds that has a superior angle, but he can't find the headshot. Now there's 1 person in B. They need to move quickly. 30 seconds is not a lot when you're 2 versus 3. Smokes down on the site. Will they commit to a plant? Bullets flying in. They have no idea where from, no idea if there are more people towards B. Got to check if there's any trade fraggers. And in the meantime, the CTs are creeping in. Nico on the site, can't find the mark, shooting over the head. The bomb gets planted, flying through the smoke, and there is Rush. 1 versus 2 now. Can he really do this from a 2 versus 5? Guardian creeping in. He sees him. He's trying to use a pillar, but he can't do it. FaZe Clan win what might have been inevitable thanks to Rain's 3K earlier on.
But that was way too difficult. They sustained losses, and okay, sure, that's not important. It would have felt great, sure, if it was a clean round. But really what matters is that somehow Cloud9 were able to find a bomb plant. That is really the critical thing here that FaZe give up. Like, no one really cares that they lost 3 players, but that bomb going down for Cloud9 means that Cloud9 can keep the pressure up. And that is exactly what they want to do.
Ooh, we've got the Sergeant Dokes. It's surprise time for FaZe Clan.
The scary situation for the likes of FaZe. FaZe, it's hard for them to know exactly what the round is going to look like because sometimes you can throw aggression on this round, or you can take the very safe option, having a big buffer of rounds, as Cloud9 do, and instead you wait 1 round, then you have full AKs, full nades, and you are likely in a situation where you have superiority of firepower in that round. So Cloud9, despite losing that first round, with the bomb plant, they get a lot of really good options.
As bad as the first half was for FaZe Clan, really, considering how skilled this team are, you have to put that in the back of your mind now because it's not really relevant to them playing the CT side. They could easily have an enormously explosive performance on this half. Guardian has many of the angle advantages now. Rain already looking comfortable around the toilets on the pistol round, and now he has a rifle. Cloud9 on the force buy, 2 AKs. Olaf Mines spotting some players, but again, these rifles may be a surprise for the FaZe Clan. And Cloud9 haven't committed to the side. They're just taking their initial map control. And you do wonder if FaZe may go for a pop flash play, not expecting rifles to be in play. Anything could happen in the coming seconds.
Very big moment. To be looking to use the element surprise! There we go! Nico's down and out, and they'll go in a torrent of bullets. As now Cloud9, they almost have the sight. They've got it. There's just 1 player left. It's Rain in the 1v2 as he tries to cycle in from heaven. It's going to be a very tough one from him. And the bomb still has not gone down just yet. Rain looking to do it, but shut down by the Cloud9 side, and it has all gone to plan for the North Americans.
Just how close are we to a third map? How close are we to a third map? 13-4. FaZe Clan put in force by territory. A scout, CZs. Cloud9 with a masterclass, a nasty surprise on overpass again. It's been so clear throughout this tournament that they have really studied, really paid attention to their opponents, to making their own surprises, to different approaches to very common things like the smokes on Mirage, for example. Now we're on overpass. FaZe Clan, desperate situation. Karrigan deep in long on his own with the scout, trying to reset the situation. He needs to get those tags in like Tarek did in Mirage, so the rest of his team can capitalize. And again, we look to Cloud9 for the anti-force buy strat. See how they come out. Karrigan peeks again, doesn't land a shot.
Really waiting for it. You have to be so cautious in rounds like these. And Cloud9, we saw the discipline from them before, but it's not going to matter in the face of Guardian with the CZ. Gets himself two. That's 2 guns as well to be collected now for FaZe. As it starts to get desperate, and a play must be made, and Automatic is the man to do it. He's looking to find something here. If he can just get into position, get the element of surprise working his way. It's a good chance here. olofmeister darting around the site. Automatic hears him. Can he get the frag? olofmeister getting the dink onto Stewie. Things getting very stretched right now for both teams as we go back to a 3v3.
Cloud9 have taken too much damage. FaZe Clan are well equipped to go for this now. Automatic spotting a pair by Graffiti, but he won't make anything. Rain's the one doing the spraying. And now it's down to Skadoodle. He sees the trajectory. He needs to escape down towards short. He knows where these players were. He saw where that grenade came from. His teammates can tell him as well. He has 30 HP. He's got no grenades. He's holding a tight angle. Guardian is so red. Not expecting it. Skadoodle, there's one more to find. Skadoodle's got nuclear. 4 kills for him. And he's brought him 1 round closer to the third map. Nerves of steel. The silent assassin.
With the AWP, yes. But with the AK, with the rifle, that's where we see the clutch. Unreal scenes here in this grand finals. Unbelievable performances.
And we're back with another force buy for FaZe Clan. Double scouts this time. Rain down to 1 HP, but he lands a tag onto Tarek. FaZe need more of that. They need a lot more of that. Karrigan's gone to a forward position towards A in the meantime. We've got more fights. Automatic down 17. That might be Nico on an AK. Is he brave enough to go for it? Stewie's waiting for him to try and rescue that weapon, but Nico knows it isn't necessarily safe. Karrigan rotating back towards the A site. Nico taken out. Cloud9 trying to fight for their game point now. Spotting 1 player on the high ground. Rain with 1 HP and a scout is still very dangerous.
Random bullet for the smoke there from Skadoodle. That is a gift from the gods, giving them the advantage on the men. But Guardian always in spot 1, but he has to dodge back into the water, can't capitalize. It's Tarek instead with the forward push to find 1. Guardian still lurks, and they know where he is. He's not really in the best position, and when he goes down, if he goes down, considering that these players for Cloud9 are very weak, and they're treating it with caution. It's just Rain left now. He's got 1 HP. Put himself a scout, of course, but he can't find the connection that he needs. This round should surely go to Cloud9, and it will. That is it. Map point now for Cloud9. They have looked indomitable on overpass.
It's a tremendous performance from Cloud9 so far on overpass. And it was really good on Mirage as well, despite the map going to FaZe Clan. 1 round away from Inferno. Karrigan on the Mag 7, WMPs, pistols for FaZe Clan. These aren't the kind of rounds you can prepare for. This is desperation.
You can see how messy FaZe have made it for Cloud9. It's been very scrappy. Some of these rounds can go either way despite how ill-equipped FaZe have been. Again with their backs against the wall. Cloud9 looking to close it down in this round. Seen a much better game out of Stewie. He's come alive in this one, doing his jobs very well.
olof_meister is going for a push towards short B position. There's a flashbang for him there, and it works out. Karrigan with the Mag 7, good for 1 kill. But those guns won't be retrieved for the time being. Surely they don't check Rain's position. Is he good for 2? He is! This is not over yet for FaZe Clan. They want round number 5, and it's down to Skadoodle once more. Rain will hear the running. olof_meister's moving just in case he rotates. olof_meister through the connector position. Rain would have heard Skadoodle running around, so they know where he is. He's got 40 seconds to try and take down as many as possible. He's got to die on his sword in this round, surely. 35 seconds, another sound cue given away, and now he's surrounded by 2 players, and they're not giving up the angles. NiKo through the corner of the smoke, but Skadoodle ready for it, down to 5 HP, but they're alive. FaZe Clan are still in this, and they've picked up 3 AK-47s.
FaZe still in it. Indeed, it's a very long slog to get their way back. I mean, 10 in a row is what they're asked of. That is something very, very ridiculous to try to ask of a team in a situation like this, but it's the kind of thing you need to be able to accomplish if you want to call yourself the champions of a tournament like this. A major finals. We've got Deagles out here now for Cloud9. They've picked up a couple pieces of Kevlar as well to work with, a single flashbang on Tariq, so very little to work with. Rain, ooh, that's a very nice grenade there. Money grenade, that's going to chip away at Stewie and Tariq. Cloud9 continue to try to find their way forward. Cloud9 put on a masterclass as to how to play against these kinds of buys on their CT side. Automatic, he's been somewhat of an X-factor in this matchup. Oh, smoked off and fragged out. Goodbye, good night, Automatic.
As bad as this looks, I'm never convinced that FaZe are going to lose a map until they've actually lost it. 3 players. Oh, come on! Come on, guys! 3 players on AK-47s for FaZe Clan. That is not good if you're a Cloud9 fan in any round. Cloud9 trying to take some of these AKs away. Tariq fishing, but nothing on the hook for the time being. We reached the 45-second mark, and those AKs are starting to pop off. Rain doing what he does on overpass. Will there be a single man taken out for FaZe Clan? Tariq doing what he can, answering back to the wallbangs. No one pushing. FaZe Clan, while content, they don't want to give anything up. They don't have the money to. Tariq's only got a deagle, and there is the flank. Finally, from olof_meister. Round number 6 for FaZe.
It's all about the grind for them. And just getting rounds, even if they end up losing this map. Just getting rounds together, getting some action, getting some of their game plans together, and that is going to mean a lot for them going into another map. Because otherwise, if it just ends now, they're going to feel like they were completely crushed because they have been by Cloud9. That is not a place you want to find yourself mentally going into the next map. So there's a lot of value in the grind here for FaZe, and that's exactly what they intend to do. Now they have the full buy to work with at the very least, although there is 0 margin of error.
Quick play to short B from Cloud9, playing with no fear. Looking for the jump peaks now for the CT side, from the CT side, who start with 3 in the B bomb site. As smoke grenade can be vulnerable to flashbangs over the top, which is why you see a CT playing around the corner of it. There is an alternative one which lands on this side where Skadoodle is facing. And now they can re-smoke it and make it deeper. So if Cloud9 were to push through this, they'd be running through that smoke blind. They'd be in a literal funnel, and they would probably get wrecked. So Cloud9, if they want to go B, they'll have to play the clock.
Indeed, the clock is being played. The train moves overhead. It can be annoying sometimes. It's very loud, can obscure some sounds. Peek there from olof_meister to get information with the pop flash from his teammate. Sees nothing so far. Automatic obscured, as are the 2 teammates and the bomb that surrounds Automatic. They, of course, do have Suez control, and FaZe don't want to push the A side of the map at all, so they're playing in the dark, as Cloud9 did on their CT rounds. Let's see if it goes as well for them as it did Cloud9. It's a good start here from olof_meister, gets himself 3 kills off the spray. And NiKo is ready. He wants a piece as well. The last 2 players are coming in from short, and it's going to be a hell of a job to get through this choke point with NiKo and olof_meister, and in fact the entire team to deal with. The flanks coming. There's no time for Cloud9 in this round. That is what FaZe needed. A clean one on the board.
4 AKs on FaZe Clan now. Cloud9 only need the 1 round, but they're facing 4 riflers with AKs and Guardian with an AWP. This bad situation for FaZe Clan, they could not be better equipped for it at the moment. Tactical timeout from Cloud9. They need 1 round. They tried to play the clock there, didn't quite have the presence towards the A side. There wasn't a massive stack from FaZe towards B, but again, the timing of the smoke was great. We explained it. They went through the funnel and they were swallowed whole by olofmeister. Pistol round from Cloud9. And they can continue. This round can also be essentially a tactical timeout for Cloud9.
Back into it we go. There's a lot of options for Cloud9. They have such an advantage, such a lead, but you never want to get complacent and be too sort of crazy with the stuff that you try, because once FaZe get to 10, Cloud9 are going to be starting to wonder, hang on, they're getting a bit close now. Once FaZe get to 12, it starts to get a little bit desperate. So, see Guardian going for the fast peek here. He's only against pistols, but he may be dead, and he is. No way away from the pistols.
You wonder now if this could potentially be the equivalent of the rounds we saw in the previous map where the Eco somehow won the round. We've got Rain getting taken down and Stewie's on the AWP. Karrigan has to do more than that, and he will. Rush taken down. Every round is crucial for FaZe Clan, playing against Matt Point. AWP on the floor for the time being. The last 2 Cloud9 players just with pistols. But this is scary. The bomb, I think, is still in control for Cloud9. And with only 3 people alive for FaZe, they can only do so much. They have to concede map control in other places. And if Nico didn't close the door behind him, he could get flanked by automatic.
I have to say, I really liked... Oh, that's a nice one from Tarek. Still trying to make this a bit scary for FaZe, do some more damage to them, but he will go down. And I have to say that I love Karrigan's play. It looked very scary, and he had 2 options. He could try to go forward and do a 1v2 basically, which is what he decided to do. We're going to see it here. Or he could have fallen back to safety with his teammates. And if he did that, then they would be running around with an AWP and with 2 extra players, and it would have been a 4 versus 3. So it's very important that Karrigan took the aggressive option in that moment, really showing you that despite FaZe being up against everything, their decision-making is not to be put to question just yet.
2 of the AKs taken away from FaZe Clan. And that, you never know, that might make the difference. That M4 will need 2 taps rather than the 1 of the AK. Smokes around the party area, and it seems like FaZe may try to make a play here, or perhaps they are expectant of a fast Cloud9. Stewie with a great shot to Karrigan, and that leaves Rain exposed around the smoke. He's got to stand in it, but it's not going to last very long. He's got the bomb for a few seconds, but he's got 5 HP, and they're coming for him. He's got a pre-fire, but he can't do anything else. 3 FaZe Clan members remain, 1 on B, 2 on A. Guardian probably has to make something work here. It's olofmeister moving around the toilets, though.
Yeah, this is so huge for Cloud9. An amount advantage of 4v3, well over a minute on the clock. This allows them to take a lot of time to hit a site, also allows them a lot of time to get more information. And FaZe are in a spot where they may feel like, okay, we should make an aggressive play. We need to get info, we need to know where they're going to hit so we can set up before it actually reaches the bomb site. And right now, the most forward player that they have is olofmeister towards the bathrooms. And at the moment, Tarek is there keeping an eye on it. So it doesn't really seem to be any way out of this situation, except Nico going massive with this M4. That's the only way out for FaZe.
This looks like it is going to be very painful indeed. The creep is there, the crab walk. Nico with 2, it was 3, that's absolutely absurd. That's tremendous from Nico. Exactly what they needed. How on earth has FaZe won that round?
That was such a sick read from Nico. You could actually see his positioning was perfect in that moment. He takes exactly the right angle to just see the crouch players moving along. He's got an angle to deal with short as well. Absolute masterclass, great read of the game, and incredible execution. You can't ask for better than that. And you can see how horrible, how frustrating that is for Cloud9. A round that they surely thought in the back of their minds they had won.
Pistols again for the Cloud9 side. 1 round. One round, Cloud9. FaZe. And again, as Dan said, even if FaZe are to lose this, you could argue that this is a warm-up for the last map. And you don't want a FaZe clan coming in hot. Skadoodle and Rush, last two. One player taken down, but again, it's all about the rounds. At this point, unless they do kill 3-4 players, these kills are inconsequential. It's all about the rounds. Cloud9 on to their next buy. They've got $5,000 to $7,000. They've pretty much got everything they want. The buy's on the T side, cheaper than the CT side. And they're on their third tactical timeout.
And again, it's sort of what the position I talked about before for FaZe. You know, they're just grinding out rounds. They have already a map in the bag to fall back on. If they lose this, they have Inferno to go to. As the analyst said, it's a great map for FaZe. They can have great confidence if it does go there that they'll close it on the third map. So they are just grinding stuff out. Every time we see a shot of them in the booth, we see that they are very confident. They're looking very calm. They're in the flow of things. Their game is really working at the moment. It's actually Cloud9 who are now very frustrated. And as I said, when it gets to 10, 15, and you're a mere 5 rounds away, that's when Cloud9 start to think in the back of their minds that their opponents are getting a little bit too close for comfort.
Right then. Where are the Cloud9 fans? I think these people want to see a third map in this grand final. I know I'd love to see that. Rain and Karrigan being very active in this round. They've made their way through the toilets. They've made their way towards A long. So Cloud9 have a timing. They have a window of opportunity, but they are playing static. They are waiting. 3 people in connector, including the bomb. And will there be a pop flash towards short B? Well, the boost has gone anyway, so it doesn't matter. FaZe seem to have an inkling of some timing. This could get really weird now. Rain is in the playground position, and the players are moving up connector. And they're moving past him before he's going to look towards connector shortly. He's missing all the information. He's looked everywhere at the wrong time. This is absolutely brutal. Skadoodle still got his AWP out, but Rain, can he find it? Finally he can. And now Cloud9, they're moving towards the A side. Karrigan with the off angle, only good for the 1 kill, but Guardian is also here.
Guardian's there. Can't find an angle though, has to reposition. The bomb goes down and we'll have a slight lull now as players get into position. The CT rotation begins to come in. And they have players from every single angle right now. 4 different points of attack potentially. Guardian, he is going to get himself up there. Tarek in position to exploit his plays through the smoke. Tarek though, undiscovered. Where's the refrag? Olafmeister not close enough to deal the damage. And Automatic can reset the situation as Tarek waits patiently. Oh, ho, ho! That is phenomenal! Cloud9 make it work! Map 2 in the bag, and now they're back in it. We go to a third.
What a monstrous, tremendous performance from Cloud9 on Overpass. What a way to answer your opponent. You win our map, we will wreck you on yours. 16 to 10. Cloud9 dominate FaZe on Overpass, and we move to Inferno for a decider. Well then, these 2 teams need a breather. After the break, we will be going to one more map. We'll see you back here soon.
20 seconds to go for the plant. He knows he can go for the other side.
Oh no! Oh! He sinks it!
Nice fade away. Nice.
And they start to move in. The AWP, the rifle.
One tap from Nico, but he can't find the third.
Guardian is so red. Not expecting it. Skadoodle, there's one more to fight.
Skadoodle's got nuclear!
What a story we've got unfolding here. Cloud9 have arrived in the final. They were able to win on Faze's map of Overpass to tie this series 1-1. But Sean, I've got to say, unlike you, it wasn't pretty.
No, yeah, that ending was filthy. Every round on T side was just a total grind. They lost pistol. They got that first gun round when they boosted Stewie and Swamp. They roll out into B, but by the time they're literally in the site, all 5 Faze members are there before they ever even enter the bomb site, which is the craziest, most hectic round ever. The second round they got was that, I think that's Skadoodle 1-on-2, and then that last round where Tarek pushes through the bank smoke, just disgusting. It was literally, it was filthy.
Absolutely, and I think it's not just a fact. When you look at Cloud9, starting on the CT side, it was very important for them to get off to a good start after allowing that comeback to happen from Faze on map 1. And you know, when it comes to Faze, they did have a very slow start. Some of the individuals, Nico, a very, very quiet final from him in general so far. It doesn't seem like he's phased by it though. You can tell by that last round on the first half, he's still going for his one-taps. He isn't panicking or anything. I just think he's being a bit unlucky in some of the rounds in addition to that, but they will definitely need him to wake up for that decider.
Yeah, Jason, let's talk some more about Skadoodle.
Yeah.
What a final he's having.
No, he's loving it. He's living the dream right now. He's one of America's favorite stars over the years as well, and it's great to see him performing at this level. And the clutches, this is one thing that he's been known for as an offer as well. Great with the AWP, but one of those guys who's not you know, he's not a liability when he has a rifle, when he has an AK, when he has an M4, and he's great in clutch situations. Obviously, he's not feeling the pressure, and he's been solid for this team. And I mean, you have to say that across the board for C9. Outside of Stewie's underperformance on game 1, this is just a very solid lineup. Everyone just performing admirably. No one is going super crazy. Skadoodle's had some of his rounds, but this is a well-rounded performance from C9.
I think a huge round in the first half was when Faze tried to execute a full-on B strat with a lot of smokes, Molotovs and everything, and that's when they got automatic got an entry kill early on, and that's the way you need to play against double op. And because they lost that round so convincingly, they didn't go back to it for the rest of the game. And with those double ops, Cloud9 was able to get a lot of picks early on in rounds, and FaZe just couldn't find an answer for it.
Yeah, and FaZe were flat overall as a team, but one man who played out of his mind, Guardian, you know, he's been here before. He's been in finals. He's let him slip. He's playing like a man possessed right now. Especially
because, I mean, remember the last time Guardian was in a final, that was MLG Columbus, and that was where he had his injury, so he couldn't even play at his full level. He carried FaZe through the first stretch of this map. Without him, they would have barely put any rounds on the T side, and you can see him, I mean, looking up at the map, just with the off, just holding the angles, just kind of glancing at where someone's going to come next. He's trying to prevent anyone from getting a good angle for the retake, and that is a dirty, dirty flick. You can see how fast he glances up when he sees the pixels.
Yeah, and when he plays like this, it's so hard to play against him, but Cloud9 was somehow finding a way to do it. I mean, I gotta say, you can't fault Guardian here.
The first guy you probably ever saw it from was JW, right? He would go for an aggressive peek, aggressive re-peek. You would know he's going to do it, and still you couldn't stop him. That's the feeling you have playing against Guardian right now. He's so aggressive in his peaks, but he's hitting everything, and those are some tough flicks and tough shots to hit, so he really needs some help from his teammates because he has been playing out of his mind so far.
Yeah, and speaking of his teammates, you can see him constantly glancing at radar as he gets kills, as he takes engagements, as he moves around the map. He's constantly repositioning, but he's playing to his teammates the whole time.
Yeah, and that was getting technical, powered by Alienware there with the Tobii eye tracking technology. And we're going to talk some more on the desk about the deciding map in just a moment. But Smix has been on the sidelines. She's been talking to the FaZe coach.
Yeah, thank you very much, Richard. Just as it happened earlier, I was able to catch Robin from FaZe. I asked him overall what happened with that map. As we all know, Overpass is traditionally a really good map for FaZe, and he just said they had a really bad start, a lot of missed clutches that should have gone in their favor. Cloud9 just got too much momentum going, and he said it just took too long for them to get back into the game. I was curious as to whether the members were tilting at all, as we saw with Yanko mentioning it. Nico was a little bit quiet earlier in the match, but luckily he said the team is still feeling really good. They're feeling really confident headed into Inferno, as just as it was with Valens, they expected that to be the third map, so they're feeling really good headed into it.
Well, thanks a lot, Sue. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I know FaZe are the dream team. I know they're the all-stars. I know they're the most experienced players here. Been there, seen it, done it, bought the T-shirts. But they're human, believe it or not. And as a result, they've got emotions going on. Everyone has a story going here. Olaf chasing that three-peat, wants to get that three majors that his old teammates. Guardian, been in finals, never done it before. You know, there's so many stories. Nico, so much hype to live up to. These guys, it's going to be in their heads too.
I mean, this is why when you look at those stats of the head-to-head matchup between these teams leading into the event, how FaZe dominated it, when you look at Overpass and say, clearly this should be a map for FaZe, these things don't exist in a vacuum. You can't just look at those and say nothing's going to change. First of all, this is a better Cloud9 than we've seen at any point throughout the last year. Second of all, you can see Nico having a tough game. You can see Stewie having a tough game. The nerves, the pressure that you put on yourself, it's all factoring in right now. And here's the thing. FaZe, if they want to win this trophy, they cannot get out to a slow start on this third map. That's twice now they've started down 1-8, and you're not going to get too many comebacks no matter how good your players are.
And Sean, we're really heading into the unknown here. You saw it on your screens. They've never met on this map before. You know, it's wide open.
Yeah, I think that's a very good matchup too, because they both play similar styles. They both play aggressive on their defaults, and they like getting banana control a lot as T, but with minimal amount of players. They both have fast strats for the B site as well as A executes. They're actually very, very similar on this map.
Yanko. And I think considering Nico has had a quiet final, he is one of the most important players for FaZe on this map because he holds the B bomb site. He sees a lot of action in Banana, and he's playing it with Kerrigan. And, you know, Kerrigan, even on the best of his games, he's not going to be able to, you know, hold that bomb site or do the brunt of the work by himself. So it's going to be down to Nico to step up his game and show why he is considered to be one of the best players in the world.
And I'll throw this question open to all of you. You know, Kerrigan, will he have been expecting Inferno, to come up here? Will he be prepared on this map?
I think so, because I think as well, I mean, they took Train away from Cloud9 in that last process, so I mean, throwing it up to kind of see what happens, I think you have to expect Inferno. Cloud9's been willing to play it. They look good on it. They had a good game just yesterday, so Inferno's a map where they have to have had something prepared. The question is, how much are they? Because, I mean, you talked to Sue, when Sue talked to Cloud9's coach, I mean, he mentioned they knew Overpass was coming. They prepared, and obviously it looked great. Kerrigan hopefully did much the same.
Right, so guys, this is it. Yanko, you got a chance. You can switch.
Do it.
You know me better than that, Richard.
Do it,
I'm sticking with my prediction. I think FaZe will compose themselves and close it out 2-1.
And you guys are confident we're going to be seeing a Cloud9 win.
You already know, baby. Let's go!
Yeah, this crowd's not going to be quiet for this one. Cloud9's taking it.
All right, guys, we're going to break. When we come back, we are going to crown our E-League major champions. Will it be FaZe? Will it be Cloud9? We're going to find out after the break.